London, and a very special game between the NFL Academy here in the UK and the IMG Academy, who have come over from Florida to play this game today. I'm John Jackson, alongside me former Buffalo Bills coach Phoebe Schechter. And the NFL Academy in the UK, it's a huge thing, and it's very big in terms of the UK's access to football.
Absolutely, and what it really does is give these athletes an opportunity. I mean, I know we've got some people here today playing in their first ever American football game, and we've got some people over from OC's Uprise Academy from Nigeria who are playing in their first game ever, only after practicing for a few weeks, which is unbelievable. But the Academy's just opened so many doors and really just made this so special for all of these kids here today.
And you know, the Academy's been around for a few years now, and it's certainly, you know, there's a huge amount of fans that support NFL teams. You know, we've seen the London games. We're in the midst of the London games at the moment, as we always are in October here in the UK, and we've seen what amazing things they can do for, you know, people's interest in terms of being spectators. But in terms of having somewhere to, you know, aim for, if you're a kid and you've been to one of these games, you've seen the professionals out there from the teams you recognize, you watch all the time, you stay up really late in America to watch, it must be great for parents and also for these kids to have somewhere where they can actually aim for that's in the UK with some of the best coaches around.
Massively, and there's a real pathway that we're creating here. So now this is what would be similar. This is for secondary age kids or college age kids or high school if you're looking at it from the state's perspective, and then you grow into the international player pathway, which is your kind of 18 plus from all over. But something like this, where you get an education, you get to actually live as if you're a full-time athlete. There's nothing else like that for American football, and we've got athletes here literally from all over the world. It's amazing.
Would you say it's the closest experience you could get to the US college or maybe school system in the UK? It's obviously based in Loughborough now. It's teamed up with some amazing facilities in Loughborough.
Oh my gosh, the facilities are insane. I wish I had those when I was a college student. But yeah, this is definitely the closest thing to get to being not just, you know, you get to eat and recover, but you get classroom sessions, you're with your teammates, you do workouts and lifts together, and now you get a game. I mean, this is unbelievable experience for everyone.
And it's also a game where some of the NFL teams that have been over, I know the Green Bay Packers were here only a week ago practicing. Aaron Rodgers was on this field practicing a week ago, and now some of these kids are playing their very first game here. So it's absolutely incredible experience for them. We're going to bring in our first guest now. Chris Durham is the head of the program here, the Academy head of football, and a former player himself. So Chris,
come on in.
We'd like to welcome you into the fold. Now, you've not been over here too long. I mean, how are you enjoying the British hospitality and the weather? It's always the weather, isn't it?
Oh, I was about to say, I mean, we couldn't have picked a better day. Like, what was it, Sunday night, it was just crazy rain, everything. I was like, oh no, look at the field. And then we get out here and it's immaculate. They've taken great care of it, and it's just, you know, it's a good day for football.
Now, coming over from the States and having, you know, played in the NFL yourself, what's your first experience of the level of talent that these kids are bringing to the Academy?
Well, athletically, they fit in perfectly. It's just knowledge of the game, adapting to the speed of the game. So as we continue to play games like this against an American opponent, getting our guys to the U.S. to do camps and that sort of thing, I think the leap over to the NCAA and hopefully into the NFL will not be as great as it has been in the past.
And one of the things that I've loved about reading about your story is that you actually went out to Italy and played, and based off of a book, which I heard, John Grisham's Playing for Pizza. How have you found your international experience has really helped you acclimate and know where these kids are coming from?
Well, that book was part of the inspiration. That's how I knew about Parma. And then our team president, Ugo Bomboncini, is the one that contacted me, had a phenomenal experience, and it made me fall in love with the game at an even more level, because I was able to relate to a different culture, a different language, a different group of people that I would never be in contact with, all based off of a sport. So for that created this passion that I have, and that's what's kind of led me over the years into this position. And now it's just my way of kind of paying it forward, because I was able to reach a high level, and now I'm just trying to help these guys follow that dream and show them, you know, these are the steps you can take, these are the things you can do to get to that next step.
And I think it's very important for these kids who have come here from all kinds of different sports and, you know, of different academic backgrounds, to have someone who's been there and done it, because they must really respect you.
Well, you know, we do have a lot of great communication and conversations. The guys ask me a ton of questions, and I'll gladly answer anything and everything and help them in any way. But to be able to live and do the things that hopefully they will accomplish, I think does give me a good insight. And I've also been able to take a step back and live and experience the same way that they're coming through now throughout Europe and throughout the UK.
I've just mentioned there, you know, these kids are coming through from different faculties, and you know, we've got track and field stars. I mean, Do you see athletes coming from a certain area of sport that have never played football before? Is there like one that seems to lend itself more to football?
Well, if you look at just traditionally rugby, track and field, basketball, there's a lot of crossover tendencies, a lot of different athleticisms that just cross over into the sport. So we do take a look at that. But generally speaking, if you're an athlete, you're an athlete. You have a different mindset and a competitive nature, and that's what we're looking for. It's just somebody that has not only the type of size and skill and, you know, just traditional athletic qualities, but you're looking for someone who has that mindset.
Absolutely. Well, I think we've got to move on there because the game's coming up. But Chris Durham, thank you very much. The head of all the things going on here at the NFL Academy. And now let's take a look at the last game that the NFL Academy played out in Sweden.
We don't want it as much as they do. That's the bottom line. You've got to get after it. You've got to want it more. Who wants it more right now? Us or them? No, seriously, us or them? Better be us. Slot's wide
Go to win it. Play yourself.
Another game, another to see a touchdown.
Let's go!
Came to put on a show. First half, second half, the second half, we put on a show. Tell us now who's the kings of Europe.
Well, that was last time out in July in Sweden, and a guy who scored not one, but 2 touchdowns in that game. Shane Boyce joins us now, and I mean, it must be fantastic for you to be down here. Nice to know the sun's out now ahead of this game.
Definitely, you know, it's a pleasure to be down here, seeing some of my old teammates, new guys that I've never met before, you know, getting a great opportunity like this to play against IMG. Like, this is a massive organization, massive high school in America, so wish them the best of luck. Let's just see how it goes.
And you must wish you were out there yourself.
Oh, definitely. I'm itching. The coaches were asking me, you know, like, couldn't I just be a year younger? But, you know, I'm wishing the guys the best of luck and see how they do today, honestly.
Now, me and Phoebe were just talking before with Chris and, you know, just talking about the NFL Academy in the UK. And you spent 3 years at the Academy. What was your overall, you know, experience? How would you sum up your experience over those 3 years?
So yeah, you're correct. I spent 3 years at the academy, and you know, it was a great opportunity. I never played the game before, never, you know, knew about American football. Then from joining the academy, I was able to have great coaches, great players, and they developed me to become the player that I am today. And grateful to win MVP and a lot of other awards. So now it was a great opportunity, and I can't wait to continue my football opportunities in the future.
And you talk about, you know, your development, and you, for a lot of people may not know, you actually come from a track background.
Yeah.
How did you find that transitioning and utilizing those skills from track to American football?
So with track, I always knew that I've always been quite fast. When I was doing track before, I was always the fastest in my borough, so I knew that speed element in American football was what coaches loved. Not so sure about the strength element, but I was always quite strong, but then developing, you know, going to the gym, doing all the other stuff just made me become a better player, and you know, it just, the rest is history.
Now, coming from track, I mean, we were joking just before that you and Phoebe could potentially have a race, you know, GB women's player here. I mean, how quick are you over a certain distance?
I mean, my 100-meter time was 10.94, so I don't know about yours, Phoebe.
I'm just going to exit.
And Phoebe leaves this broadcast. Now, Shane, you mentioned that, you know, your future in the sport. I mean, we've seen videos on your social media of you working out at colleges in the United States, and we know you're also an intern at NFL UK. I mean, what does the future hold? I mean, what do you want to do?
Literally, taking every single opportunity that I can at the moment, you know, whatever presents itself to me, but I just want to be the best version of myself, and I know that that's going to involve American football, because I know that I didn't just pick it up out of nowhere. I know that there's a reason, so whatever I can do, if it's playing on the field and off the field, as we know, American football isn't going to last forever, so I need to be involved. So I'm just doing it in reverse, being involved behind closed doors, and then afterwards still playing the game. So whatever it holds, man, I just love American football.
Now, obviously, Phoebe, you were a coach at the Buffalo Bills. Is coaching something you go for?
Yeah, definitely. I love coaching. I love, you know, sharing knowledge, especially if you've learned so much. There's no point of just keeping it to yourself. You might as well share that knowledge to the younger generation and those that, you know, don't know as much as you do, instead of wasting it.
And you're saying, you know, sharing that knowledge. What are some of the messages that you're saying to your teammates today who this is their first ever American football game?
I know, it's crazy. You guys can hear the energy, but nah, I just want to share, you know, because I was once in their shoes before, you know, never played. And when I did play my first game in Germany, you know, I scored 3. I didn't know what I was doing. I just was just running, just being an athlete. So definitely just going to tell them to be calm, and just, I know that the name holds a lot of weight, but just this is your chance to show the world who you are in a way. So literally just go out there and kill it, be you.
And before we move on, because the game is coming up very, very shortly, I've got to ask you, you know, first game for a lot of these guys. What does it feel like taking that first hit in a first proper game? Is it something like you've never prepared for?
Serious, like you only know until you get hit. Like, you feel wounded, you know, but it's like, it's that adrenaline that keeps you going. You don't really feel it, but nah, those guys that haven't felt it before, they're gonna realize this is the game.
Okay, that's a shame, boys. Thank you very much. Alumni member of the NFL Academy speaking to us here in North London. And as I mentioned, the game is coming up in a matter of minutes.
So we will see more of FA at halftime, but in the meantime, I have found 2 of the UK's Brit Ball, everything, royalty. Jason, OC, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Are you excited? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to seeing these guys go out there and compete. That's what it's all about, right? You got a great opponent. Go out there, show that you've been taking your coaching. You know, some stars will shine and get better. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And OC, you have had such a major influence in this program, and I know you've done so much with NFL Africa, and some of your guys are here today, right? I mean, you must be so proud.
I'm really excited, really happy for them. I think, well, they've just been here for like a week, so I hope they don't play too much. That wouldn't be good. But overall, it's an incredible program. The NFL Academy, just incredible what this is going to be able to do for people all across Europe, all across the world, really. So we're happy to see everything go.
Absolutely, and you guys have been such a big influence. So we actually have the coin toss happening now. So we're going to be joining our commentary team, Carl Walkinshaw and myself. So we will be seeing you live. I'm commentating.
This is great.
Oh my goodness,
this is great. She's amazing.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much, and enjoy.
Welcome everyone to the coin toss. Carl Walkinshaw here. Welcome to the booth.
Okay, sorry.
Phoebe, as we wait for Phoebe to come up to the booth and join me here, you can see the 2 teams have made the field.
NFL Academy will receive the ball. Shake hands, gentlemen.
So the NFL Academy in black. Today, IMG in white. Our visitors from Florida that come over all this way to play NFL Academy. What an exciting prospect this is to see this NFL Academy now in its 4th year of this program, to see how it really can fare against some very tough opposition. IMG, those high school stars coming from Florida all the way over here. They've brought a big contingent with them here at the Grove, just outside North London. Nice pitch today, full-size pitch, NCAA rules. And this was the home for a short period of time to the Green Bay Packers just before they went down to London to play in that game against the Giants. And it's been home to a number of NFL teams over the years that have come to the Grove and used the facilities here. And it's a great venue for what promises to be a mouth-watering prospect. NFL Academy coming off a good win against Swedish opposition. And they're ready to go. Again, NFL Academy in black with blue numbers today, and IMG in white with those darker blue numbers. And it will be NFL Academy to bring out the offense first. So we'll get to see Sam Fenton at quarterback. And we are ready to go in this one. What a beautiful day for football. Patrick Kane getting ready to kick this one off for IMG. Right at the start, look at the formation there from IMG with bunched guys you see to the top of your screen. We'll be bringing that wide view. But it's Kane ready to kick this one off. It's going to be picked up at the 5-yard line, and there's a breakaway run, but the ball is loose right from the start, and there's a scrum to see who's recovered that one, and it looks like it will be recovered by the Academy. So early nerves, it looked like a great return to start with. It was Jadil Wahab that had to come up with the ball in the end for the Academy, just scrambling to get that one, but it will end up with the NFL Academy with the ball. So IMG trying to knock that one loose early on. But we will see the Academy on offense. So they need to calm those nerves, the Academy, as they come out. Big number 79, Johannes Ianarsson, center. And it will be Sam Fenton in at quarterback, third-year player, who brings that offense out. Let's see what they can do on this first series. All those nerves have to go. Here we go, NFL. They will give. And it's a nice darting run. It's going to pick up maybe 3 yards. And that's Paul Brewer on the run early on. He's going to bring the ball out to about the 33 for the NFL Academy on their first drive. So a nice pickup on first down. And that's what they needed. Brewer in the backfield once again, pistol this time, behind Fenton. There's the hand again to Brewer, left-hand side this time, and that's a nice tackle. Knifing in there was Randy Marion of IMG. And I'm joined here in the booth by Phoebe, who's made her way up. How you doing, Phoebe?
Everything's, I mean, how exciting. We're getting going here. We talked to some great people pre-game.
Yeah, it was, Phoebe. It was a great pre-game show. So thanks for that, and well done for getting yourself over here and joining me in the booth. Third down now for the NFL Academy on this first series. What can Fenton do from here? He's in shotgun. He's got Brewer next to him to his right-hand side. And he will play action, and he is looking across the middle of the field. Oh, and that's in and out of the hands of their tight end, who is Peter Clark. So just couldn't hold on, could Clark. He's already got a place at Temple University, Peter Clark, so he is one of their star players. Just couldn't hold on there, but it's going to bring up fourth down and punt.
But it was really nice patience there from Fenton, holding on to a little bit of a play action, and exciting to see, you know, this for a lot of people is their first game, so getting those kinks out now.
Good snap, good kick, nice and high. It will be fielded. And that's a great pull down from behind. So IMG will take over at about their 41-yard line after that short return. There is a flag on the field, however.
I mean, what a great tackle, though. I mean, flying downfield, number 29, Arthur DeBocci. Great job, and just the hustle and hunger to get after that returner.
Absolutely. Let's see what this flag is. Looks like IMG will retain the ball and move in the sticks. So that one's going to go against NFL Academy. It's going to be a 10-yarder, so it's going to give IMG great field position already into NFL Academy half. They're going to start this one in the Academy 44-yard line. So handoff right-hand side this time, and that's some good moves up the sideline. He's busted one, wide open all the way to the end zone. That is Demetrius Fletcher. First play, good night.
Wow, I mean, and that was just angles on that from the NFL Academy defense. I mean, but the way that he was able to kind of kick into sixth gear, the speed and burst he had up the sideline, just awareness, really nice play, simple handoff. We'll make sure that the NFL Academy gets into their groove and kind of gets those nerves out, right? I mean, this is their second ever game, first for a lot of them.
And it can happen, can't it? If you just miss turning that play in on the edge and they find some space. The speed of Fletcher there, 44-yard scamper for the touchdown on their first play. So Patrick Kane, their kicker, lining up this point after attempt. Low snap, kick is up, and Kane puts it through. So, IMG with first blood in this one, Phoebe, 7-0.
Yeah, and you know what? Again, like a lot of this for most of these players, and I know we were talking earlier to Shane, it's the nerves, right? You've got the NFL Academy. That carries a lot of weight, and some of these players, you know, if you don't get on kickoff or kick return, you don't get that opportunity to kind of blow the steam off like that. But now they'll have a couple plays under their belt. They'll be feeling better, feeling calmer. You know, and now it's about the fundamentals, holding on to the football, right footwork, getting your blocks, correct angles, and we'll be seeing more of that because the Academy's done a really nice job of coaching up their kids.
Yeah, and they did make some good yards on that first series. They were 3 and out, but they did get some yards on first and second down. And they were close to Clark, weren't they, on that third down conversion? It wasn't too far away, so we'll see what they can do here. They just need to stick to their game plan, don't they, Phoebe, and just execute what they came here to do.
Absolutely, and do what they do best, right? It has to be about them and about their development and, you know, not play too much into what IMG are doing. You know, even right now, we see them on special teams and they're positioned far out wide with 5 other players. You know, it's different, and I think this is what's so great for all these players. They're able to see all the different things.
So this one's going to be fielded at the goal line. Avoids one tackle. Up the sideline now, has a little bit of room. He's tiptoeing his way down, still on his feet. And that's a great return. That is Ruben Deposius with a great return to put the Academy into good field position, Phoebe.
You know, this is what's so great about special teams is you can get so much momentum from things like this, and what a great return. He evaded 3 different attempted tackles on that, and he kept going. The team got behind him, pushing him along.
So Academy at their own 41 after that great kick return. Empty set now for Fenton. He's got 2 receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Now Brewer will join him in the backfield. And he will hand it to Brewer up the middle. There is a nice hole there. IMG close quickly, but not after Brewer picks up 4 yards.
And the little motion on that one really got the IMG defenders having to communicate. It opened up the middle beautifully, pushing some of them out. So we'll be seeing a lot more of that, I'd say.
Second down, 2nd and 6. Fenton back, blitz coming. Fenton rolling now to his left, and he will complete this one to Clark in space. Clark with a move down the sideline, and they will catch him, but not before he gets to the IMG 25. Beautiful play, Fenton to Clark.
Really nice job. Fenton on that was looking for the post originally, and when Clark came running across. He came so friendly to the quarterback. Really nice job just having that sturdy, handy tight end to chuck it down to. And he's a big guy, right? Stiff-arming guys down the sideline.
So Academy trying to get back into this one. 7-0 down, but driving. Fenton now will pitch. Looking for the edge. He won't find it. That's good defense from IMG. Maybe picked up. Well, they're gonna give him 2 or 3, maybe 3.5 on that. So he did find a bit of the edge on that one.
You know, I loved on that one was Dominic Braish, the way he was hustling out to the sideline on that kind of toss stretch play. I mean, that's what you want to be seeing from these guys, right? The hustle and the effort.
So they actually end up giving him 7 yards. 2nd and 7 now after that run. Fenton in good field position. Play action. Looks over the middle. And that's, very close. And that's your returner. It's Ruben Deposius, who made the initial kick return. Trying to get the ball to him over the middle. Just incomplete, but it was close.
It was very close. I mean, what a really nice decision on that one. Again, running that kind of post route from out wide. He had the perfect opening between the 2 defenders. I'm sure they will get it next time.
So high snap, Fenton can't field it. He's going to have to dive on this one and just take the loss, which he does. But that is a big loss of around 15, maybe 20 yards.
The thing is now, because of where they are on the 40-yard line, it changes how you have to punt this football. Because you don't want it to be getting so much depth, you're going to be looking for a lot more height, which means our players are going to have to really protect for a bit longer.
So looking to pin IMG back. And the flags will go on that one, as Petrillo has to hold that one up.
Looking like a
Brad
false
snap. Full start. Offense number 21. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
So that's going to be on Ekpalomo. 5 yards back. Won't hurt them too much, I guess, Phoebe, on that one.
No, on this, it actually probably benefits them in some way in terms of the actual height and depth. The thing to be considerate of, though, is we can't be having all of these penalties, right? You have got to be doing your hardest to avoid penalties.
IMG going to let that one bounce, and it's going to take an Academy bounce, and it ends up being a beautiful kick. It's going to pin IMG back, but the whistles are blowing. We'll hear from our referee, James Ford Bannister.
Yeah, it's great to have our British American football referees here today. I know they're so excited about the opportunity to be able to officiate such an incredible and historic game, right? Having IMG Academy out here, playing our NFL Academy, this is a big day.
Yeah, our full Bafra crew. The referees James Ford Bannister, umpire Daniel Clark, head linesman Graham Smith, line judge Pete Tom, field judge Richard Vernon, and side judge Henry Young.
Substitution infraction on the receiving team. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the kick. 1st down, IMG.
And they were late, weren't they, coming onto the field, IMG, for that punt. So mistakes on both sides, and that's going to pin IMG even further back.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, that could essentially be what this game is about, right? Who makes the fewer mistakes? Who gets the fewer penalties? Because both teams are young. Both teams are out here. I mean, IMG have flown all the way from Florida to sunny Britain, which is so exciting.
Right, what can the Academy do here? They're going to want to put IMG under some pressure. IMG right under their own goalpost now. They'll go for the same play, trying to find the edge, and again breaks the tackle. That's going to be a pickup for about 6 yards. Fletcher again on that right-hand side.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is also understanding the situation. When a team is backed up like this, unless you're, got a massive arm, you're looking to run the ball, just give yourself a bit of breathing room. So making sure from a tackling perspective, you're getting as many bodies around the football as possible. But, I mean, this is a great play on that one. The D-line were doing a terrific job really Oh, we're getting flags going now.
We have early handbags here. I guess there is a little bit of tension in the air between these two academy teams, both very prideful teams wanting to make it count today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, both of them are essentially representing their countries in this situation. You know, this is, again, a historical moment for both teams. I think the biggest thing you have to do is you know, we love in American football, it's all about energy and heart, but you have to be able to control those emotions between the whistles.
Referee James Ford Bannister's finding himself busy in this Q1. 12-minute quarters in this competition between these two teams. NCAA rules.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense number 52. 15-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. Automatic first down.
So they call that on Makash Arthur. And that's a big one, and it gets IMG out of trouble, Phoebe.
I mean, they were in really great position, right? From the punt to then stopping the run play. I mean, they were going to be on third down and long. But now you've given them an opportunity, and you can't do that with a good team like this.
So this time, that looks like a great play by the Academy defensive line, knifing in there. Looks like it's number 52 is making amends for that penalty. So that's Arthur that comes in and actually makes the tackle. Says, sorry guys, let me step up and make a play.
I don't blame him for feeling that way at all, right? You want to try and help your team out. You think, goodness, I put us in this position. I'll help us get out of this.
So 2nd and 12 now for IMG. Looking to the sideline for that call. Dangerous running back Fletcher. And they will give it to Fletcher. Again, right-hand side. Look at the blocking out front. Fletcher with a pickup of about 8, which is going to make this third down manageable. About 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, and again, this could have been such a different situation for them. It could be 3rd and long here, and they could be getting their offense back on the field, because that's really what you want. You want your offense on, build up the chemistry, and start moving the ball down the field. Quick
Parker leads this one, yeah, quick to the sideline, and that's broken again. Nice move to the outside, and it's Arthur having to track back to make the tackle.
I mean, but what speed by Arthur on that. My goodness, the way that he burst out of there.
It's a great reception, and IMG now wanting to work quickly down the field. They're into Academy, NFL Academy territory now. 1st down. We'll line this one up at the 41.
His helmet came off during the previous play. He has to leave for 1 down.
So Arthur has to come out. And the Academy swap in Henry Lies at linebacker. Play action. Going deep, wide open man. That is going to be the 2nd touchdown. That is Jacob Diver to the... And they cover about 80 yards and straight into the end zone.
You know, they were in a cover 3 there, and I think the biggest thing, and especially when you go against some of these quarterbacks who have really big arms, you know, and in that situation you get stuck, you get caught a little bit staring at the quarterback a little bit too long. You've got to find the receiver that's in your zone and just put your head down and drive and do whatever you can to try and save the play.
They've been running so well with Fletcher, haven't they? All eyes on Fletcher, and then they go play action and catch the defense sleeping, as that a point after will not be any good. Low snap, which could not be fielded. And so it will remain 13 to IMG. Look at that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, that was beautifully placed football there. You can't take away from what the offense and IMG coaches have been doing. I mean, run the ball, little screen, a play action. You're challenging this defense. Little screen, a play action. You're challenging this defense vertically, horizontally. You're going to try and tire them out, literally, because they're not used to playing these full 11-side games. IMG know that.
It's not been that the NFL Academy haven't been able to compete. They have. Just seems that IMG can make those big plays when they need to. We've had a 44-yard run from Fletcher and then a 41-yard touchdown. So they are a big play offense, this team.
Yeah, and we're seeing a lot more of that too within, you know, whether it's college or NFL, these explosive plays. But you want to be able to get chunk plays, you know, get your efficient plays over explosive.
You feel like NFL Academy just need a drive to settle them down, get back into this one before it gets out of hand. 5:07 left in the first. IMG up now by 2 scores. This one's a deep, beautiful kick all the way to the goal line. It will be fielded by Deposit, trying to go up the sideline again. This time he'll be out of bounds at the 22, and there is a flag, however, right in front of us here in the booth. I don't know what you saw there, Phoebe, whether that was a bit of a face mask or a horse collar, not sure.
I think they might say that, especially with it being just out of bounds and pulling him down.
After play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, receiving team number 13. Half the distance to the goal. Sorry. Kicking team number 13. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
I thought that was against the Academy there for a second. It was Bo Green, number 13 on IMG, just with some afters.
Yeah, and I think they know with there already being a little bit of a tiff down in their end zone, you know, let's try and make sure that this is a clean game. There's no need for any of that. Hey, but let's take advantage of this opportunity, right? That's what's going to be key.
Referee's just sorting out which direction to actually walk in here. Pretty sure it's against IMG. And there it is.
There we go.
Make the right decision in the end. So it's going to bring the Academy out to their own 39, where they'll start this third possession. And we've seen signs of life. Clark's made a big play. Brewer's running well. Let's see what they can do here. Brewer off the right-hand side, big hole. And they rally well to IMG. And another flag.
Well, that looks unfortunately like it's going to be on Peter Clark for that one, laying on top of the IMG defender.
Is that in the rule book, lying on players?
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 19. 50-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. Automatic first down.
Oh,
well,
there we go.
It did look like Clark, didn't it? But it wasn't. They've called it against IMG. So the NFL Academy get another break.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but play before, that's brilliant, right? Like, I would run the ball behind Peter Clark every single time. He is a big physical tight end. Again, you mentioned earlier he's going to Temple University. He's going there for a reason. So I'd imagine we'll be seeing a lot more of that play.
So into IMG territory. Can they make it count this time? Pitch, Brewer left-hand side. Tries to cut outside, and he does. But here come IMG swarming to the ball. And that's some good defense there. Brewer maybe picks up maybe 3.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. The IMG defense just getting their helmets around the football, getting bodies to the football. That is what's going to be so key in these games, because good things happen on a defensive perspective when you get numbers to the football.
They will give Brewer 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7, but whistles are blowing. Just one of the IMG players taking a little bit of time.
Injury timeout.
To get up. So the early exchange, Phoebe, what do you make of it?
You know, I think that it's really good for the NFL Academy to start building momentum here, start finding what works for them, right? A lot of these first quarters and first couple drives is all about understanding what IMG defense are showing them, understanding who is going to be able to perform and where, you know, where are we running the football? What coverages are they showing in different situations? So, you know, I think they've done a really nice job so far. Utilizing special teams is going to be huge. And again, penalties. We cannot be having these penalties because we need to be able to capitalize in these situations.
Great stuff, Phoebe. So we're gonna get back to the action. Second down. The IMG player made his own way off the field. Academy into IMG territory now. 2nd and 7. Fenton looking to his left. Pump fakes and tries to go over the top. Wide open man, and he drops the ball.
Oh, goodness.
So close. I think it was Ben Lax, and Fenton did everything right. The pump fake froze the defender, and Ben just couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, I mean, that is a tough one, right? And sometimes when you have those big throws like that, or you know that football is coming to you, you've got more time to think about it. I know that he'll get this out now, and he'll be back better than ever, and he'll be catching that in the future.
Definitely won that one back. 3rd and 7. Fenton looking again, pump fakes. This time he's under pressure, and he will go down. Sack. Big number 54 coming in there for IMG, and that's Matthew Haven with the sack on the defensive blitz.
Yeah, I mean, they're turning up their pressure now. I mean, even in that big play before where the ball was dropped, 19 from IMG defense was flying off the edge. It was just really great timing by Fenton to let that football go, but we got to make sure we're protecting our quarterback in these situations.
Here's that sack. You can see Fenton there with the pump fake. And then there is Haven tracking Fenton down, nowhere to go. Back to the live action on the punt. Fair catch signal called and will be made.
Great hang time.
14-yard line.
Really great hang time on that one. I mean, that is what you want to see. Give your gunners an opportunity to get downfield, force them into a fair catch situation. We know these IMG players are athletic, so let's try and keep them as far back, give them as few opportunities to take the ball out as possible.
It has been a highlight for the academy so far, hasn't it? The punting's been great from Filippo Petrillo. Sorry, it might be Ben Lax on the punting rather. As the whistles go. Yeah, nice spot, Phoebe. You've seen something on the sideline there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so just at the moment, I think after that last hit, Sam Fenton has gone into a bit of a concussion protocol, just testing to make sure that he's okay. We have seen him stand up now, so hopefully he has passed the test here, but just keeping an eye on him for the rest of the game.
Yeah, nice spot. All right, IMG backed up at their 15 as they have been to start their drive so far, but we know they can move the ball quickly. Can that defense shut them down this time? Hand off Fletcher, and that's a great play, and we've called his name before. It's linebacker Arthur coming in to snuff Fletcher out in the backfield that time.
That was beautiful. I mean, he read that so brilliantly and just drove down on that play. That is what you want to see from your middle linebacker. Someone hungry, getting after it, sniffing it out. Huge
loss. 8-yard loss. IMG backed up on their 2. Play action. They'll go again to a wide open receiver. They do make a saving tackle this time. Alex Cross with the reception for IMG. And that ball from Parker Lease was on the money.
You know, Elia Jeffrey Afosu was on that one, but again, you know, trust that this quarterback can throw the ball. We've seen him do it a couple times now. Get your head to the receiver who's in your area, because when that ball was thrown, he was still looking up at the football in the air.
You can see there the great coverage again, Lease. This time the ball is out, scooped up, and that is going to be the first NFL Academy touchdown. And that is going to go to
Emin Sefa Boyke.
Great job. Boyke just the man on the spot, and he knew he was clear. Scoops it up and scores off the Lease fumble. Let's watch this on the replay, Phoebe.
Oh, he just gets in there and really great job and nice balance on that, right? Recognizes that he's able to scoop and score on this one, doesn't just lay down on it. Good field awareness. Again, but that all happened because of that great TFL that we had.
Yeah,
right?
and it was Arthur, I think, again, that caused that fumble, Phoebe, number 52, as they go for the point after, and this is blocked by IMG. And it will go to ground. There'll be no return. So IMG get the block, and that brings the score to 13-6. And the Academy are on the board.
Wow, a little bit of a late whistle on that one, but brilliant job. Look, NFL Academy pulling it together, really just settling into this game and just having fun with it. I mean, that's what we always thought we would see, right? Seeing a defense, that's what's going to be the heart of your team. They're going to allow for your offense to build and get time together. Now the defense, again, getting offense back out there. Let's see what they can do after this.
So Arthur with the forced fumble and Boki with the fumble return for the touchdown. And we have a game, 13-6, keeping it competitive are the defense. And Arthur's been great on that series, wasn't he? With the tackle for the loss and then the forced fumble as well. He's really come to life.
Yeah, I mean, especially considering the play before, he had, had that unsportsmanlike, but he has completely redeemed himself from that, and he's pulled himself together. I'm sure coach has had a word with him, but I mean, what an unbelievable player. And when you've got someone who plays with such heart and drive, I mean, it's just exciting for us to see, one of our British players just out there killing it.
Here's the kick. It's a good kick. Will be picked up by IMG at their own 10 and taken out. Ball is out again, and it's the second return for a touchdown. Well, would you credit it? That one is picked up by Rio Tariki Brown, and within 30 seconds, 2 scores on the board from 2 returns for a touchdown. Unbelievable.
I can't believe it. I mean, special teams, though, let's go. Special teams winning games out here. I mean, that is unbelievable. What great awareness.
You'll see here on the replay, it's a good take by 5. And then it's 40 that comes in and makes a hit, 49 over the top. And they just managed to rip that ball out.
And that's what's so key, right? Any sort of tackle, you first one in, hold them up. Second one, punch or strip that ball out. And that's precisely what we've seen here.
NFL Academy. Their first charge timeout of the first half at 1 minute and 2 seconds.
So 1 minute left in this first quarter. It's been exciting, hasn't it? And I mean, the Academy are going to take a timeout and think about what they want to do, whether they want to go for 2, I guess, here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're fine. They don't have to go for 2 here. I mean, we're still in the first quarter. I guess it's a matter of what the philosophy of the coach is. You've got time.
Yeah, they're going to line up Fenton, though. It does look like they're going to go for 2. Maybe to grab back that score. I mean, IMG, they missed their point after of their own, so they could tie this one up, but the NFL Academy want to go for the 2. Fenton drops back on a slant, and that waiting for the signal from the referee. And they're going to give it 2 points to take the lead for the NFL Academy. And they storm back into this one, and it's NFL Academy 14 and IMG 13.
Terrific. And it looked like, just checking on the replay now, but it looked like just a slant from the backside, and that is so hard. If you've got a defender with outside leverage, because they're assuming you're going to throw some sort of fade and trying to get underneath that. I mean, beautiful play calling, and it also means they must be practicing these 2-point plays, so I don't think this will be the last one we will see today.
Here's the replay. Fenton just does a good job, and Dupoises, number 11, I've called his name on the kick returns, just shields that defender off and takes it in.
Really nice job by Sam Fenton leading his offense out there, keeping everyone composed. The biggest thing now is not getting too hyped with, having the returns, having the fumble ball returned on that one, just making sure everyone stays quite level-headed.
Deep kick to the 5. Off to the right-hand side is IMG at speed, looking for the corner, and they will corral him there. Gets to about the 27 where IMG will take over. The returner on that one, Jacob Diver.
And that's with these guys that have such speed, you just want to kind of squeeze them to the sideline as much as possible. Get them out of bounds, almost funnel them into out of bounds essentially, and take away any of that speed.
Diver with a touchdown of his own already for IMG. You got to feel like IMG will be in a bit of shock right now, won't you, after those 2 forced fumbles and touchdowns from the academy?
Yeah, and it's all things that are preventable, right? I mean, ball security is something I don't doubt that they will be practicing a whole bunch. Oh, we've got a little quarterback keep here.
That's a beautiful play, and that's quarterback showing some speed there as he goes to ground just before he goes out of bounds. Parker Lease on the run, and he's showing a faked it to Fletcher and then kept it himself, showing great speed there, frighteningly fast.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's one of the things that makes all these athletes so special, and same for our NFL Academy athletes, right? They're coming from all different sporting backgrounds. Some of them never had played sport before, but they have the size.
5-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
So they're going to call that on Josh Carey. Phoebe, here's the replay on that. What do you see here?
Correction, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to let go, right? And I think that's what's hard. If you've got a mobile quarterback like this who's got speed, understanding where the football is going, and that's what's so key for, both sides of the football here. Know where the play is going, understand the bigger picture, and sometimes you have to just let go, and that's not easy. We know that's not easy.
Just catching out Josh Carey on the edge there on that hold. Definitely a key play, so it's the right call.
Like, knowing that you're in first down, you just have to start being aware of those deep throws that the quarterback has in his arsenal.
Clock's running. 30 seconds left now in this half. Lease takes the snap. He'll keep it himself again. Left-hand side, and he tiptoes down the sideline. And there's more shenanigans going on there.
Yeah, I mean, the tackle out of bounds, he was in bounds when he tackled him. He just happened to roll a lot, but one of the IMG players came over and pushed him off to try and help his quarterback out. I get it, but you have to be playing smart. You know these officials are going to call this. Why even risk it?
Loughborough, number 53 for NFL Academy, coming over to make sure Lease was out of bounds, and that's when that flag came in.
Offense number 88, 15-yard penalty from the dead ball spot. It'll be 1st and 10, IMG.
Well, they're going to call it on Lucas Vosey, who is the IMG player, and that'll march him back again. So perfectly legal tackle from Loughborough, but Vosey didn't like it, I guess, him coming in on his quarterback.
No, and I mean, that's their job, right? They want to protect their quarterback, and I think part of it will also be frustration, perhaps coming in here thinking that this would be not as tight a game so soon on, and frustration is a very real thing.
So it's been first down for the last 3 plays, Phoebe. It's still first down. There's the snap they'll give to Fletcher this time. Left-hand side with the blocker out in front. He'll be ushered out of bounds after a pickup of about, well, it's going to be close to that first down marker, and they might give it. Fletcher finds the edge so well, doesn't he?
I mean, just a great read. And again, it's about that offense and how great a job they're doing blocking.
This is the end of the first quarter.
So what a first quarter. Just about had everything. Special teams plays, 2 defensive scores from the academy, and IMG also with some amazing offense, a deep 44-yard pass to Diver and a 44-yard run from Fletcher. Have you enjoyed the first quarter, Phoebe?
It's definitely been exciting, that's for sure. What I'm looking for now, though, is to watch the NFL Academy offense start getting into their stride. Find those nice completion plays that really build up the confidence for Sam Fenton and his receivers and his running backs, and make sure that we're able to kind of march down the field, not relying on penalties from either side. But I think that is going to be that final piece of the puzzle that really starts getting the wheels turning here.
Yeah, we hope you're enjoying it at home. It's a great spectacle to watch these 16 to 19-year-olds. These are the best in the country, Phoebe. You know, these are the NFL Academy, a unique setup, attracts all these great athletes. And what a feast of talent we have on display here from both sides.
Absolutely, and we've got people from all over the world here. I know that we've got some of the players from Uprise Academy, which is OC's kind of project baby essentially, but I mean, great to see we've got kids from Germany, from all over. So incredible to have all these different languages on one field working together, speaking the language of football.
And here we go, IMG with the first down, and that's a great bat down straight off the bat. Is 48 coming out for the Academy, and that's Sefer Boyka again, who scored on that forced fumble return. Bats it straight back in Lisa's face, and it's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I mean, that was a screenplay, and just the actual length and size of the D-line here. I mean, the quarterback had nowhere to go. No, he couldn't see over everybody.
Second down, play action. They'll quick pass out, but that will be incomplete.
A bit of pressure now. I think IMG are feeling it. So they're trying to get on the ball. Looks like they're going to clock it here.
Well, I said incomplete. It was complete. So they'll bring up 3rd and 5. Release. Stack set to the bottom of your screen. One receiver to the top. They will go to that stack set. And there's a defender right there. And oh, that's going to be close. It was Jacob Diver who caught that pass. Good defense from the Academy.
Yeah, and it was actually Diver pushed the receiver, Bo Green, into the play. He took out 2 of the IMG players on that one. I mean, really nice job. And again, awareness of where that ball is going.
Now, they're not bringing out, well, they are bringing out their punter now, IMG, and this will be the first punt we've seen from Quinn Stanley. Going to be that man again. Ruben Depasois back for Academy. He's going to field that and immediately hit. Did well to hold on to the ball. It was Josh Kerry came in with the quick blow.
Flying down there, and he is a big guy. I mean, he was speed down there and then physicality the whole time, battling with the defender on that one. Really nice play and great angle getting to the returner.
Here's that replay. You can just see he doesn't go for the fair catch, and there's the hit. Now, there is a flag on the play, and I wonder whether that's going to be a hold on the Academy. But no, maybe they picked it up. So, no foul. First down, Academy. Backed up with their 11. Fenton with the play action, looking down the sideline. Oh, good defense in the end there. That was a really nice play from Rodrigo Ocampo to knock that one down.
Really nice. And they're starting to play around with the coverages here. We're having a bit of, they rolled into a cover 3 on that one. So they probably thought it was some sort of cover 2. That corner would have stayed. That would have been a really nice play. And that's something that's going to be interesting. Is that what IMG's game plan is? How can we show different coverages and really challenge the NFL Academy to be on the same page?
Not scored a touchdown yet, the Academy. Both touchdowns come from defense and special teams. Fenton now will hand this one off to Brewer with some blocking up the middle. And he's going to be dragged back.
You know, the IMG D-line are big and physical and, you know, really needing to get a lot of push, getting nice and low against these guys to get them, push them off those blocks.
So no gain for Brewer. 3rd and 10. Fenton dropping back. Again, he goes up the sideline. Same play, same result. Only this time it's a flag. And this is in the backfield. So whether there was a hold or a late hit on Fenton, we'll find out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 19, contact to the helmet. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, automatic first down.
So Randy Marion, the defender, hitting Fenton late, and that'll give the Academy a first down.
Wow, and this is a gift, right? Now, how do we capitalize on this opportunity? This is something we've been saying the whole time. It doesn't mean anything if we're not able to move the ball down the field or get something off of here. We're just getting the replay now.
It's a blitz from that middle back, and he just gets his hands up, doesn't he, Phoebe, on that one?
Yeah, he does. He just gets him right to the face mask on that.
So the Academy now, the 28-yard line. They'll get this one out wide, and that's a great open field tackle, so difficult to make. And the IMG fans go wild on that one.
Yeah, Axel Ferry came flying down on that. Like you said, open field tackles are so tough to make. You know, Sam could have just made a little bit of a quicker decision on that one. He had the running back open on that motion. Just get the ball to him, allow him to get north as soon as possible.
Volanino on the reception, but it's going to go down as a loss. So 2nd and 12 now for Fenton and the NFL Academy. Shotgun. Fenton, under all sorts of pressure, has to go to his dump-off pass up the sideline, and that's a really nice move. And the ball is out, and it looks like IMG will have recovered. He got the first down, but then he got trommeled, and that ball came out, and the IMG sideline's going wild.
What
Result
a
of the play
hit.
is a fumble by the offense, recovered by the defense. First down, IMG.
Wow, what a hit that was on number 13 there on Jonathan Avina. I mean, he had so much space, and he did such a nice job reaching for that first down, but ball security, 2 hands on the ball when you're in traffic like that.
Yeah, Volanino, he was that dump-off pass, wasn't he? And he did really well to get that first down. As you say, Phoebe, it was a hell of a hit. You'll see it here on the replay. There's the hit going in from IMG, and they're immediately all over that ball. So, the big turnover. NFL Academy trying to hold on to that 1-point lead. This will be Fletcher, left-hand side, looking for a cutback lane, and there isn't any. That's really nice pursuit from the NFL Academy team, not allowing that cutback. Fletcher will pick up 3, however.
Yeah, that was nice discipline there by the linebackers. They started flowing over the top and were patient on the backside. So we do have Volanina being checked out now by the physios, just making sure that he is okay. We do also have Carter Proctor being checked out again, looking more like a hamstring situation.
Lease now, he'll keep this one himself. Big hole up the middle, what a move! Can Arthur bring him down? He can! So Arthur has to make a shoestring tackle to bring Lease down. And that hole was massive, right up the gut, Phoebe.
I mean, what a nice job. I have to say, Arthur, and the effort he puts into every single play is great. I mean, he just reads his O-line so beautifully on that, but that little ankle tap tackle that Arthur gets, I mean, he's becoming quickly one of my favorite players out here today.
Absolutely. He's keeping the Academy in it right now, is Arthur. So, 1st and goal for this dangerous IMG Academy offense. Heavy set this time. 2 tight ends in. And they'll take a timeout. They want to have a think about this one.
Timeout. First charge timeout, IMG. The first of the first half.
Yeah, you'll be thinking that our NFL Academy coaches are going to be trying to read what some of the signals are from IMG. I mean, I don't know if people at home can see it, but the IMG coaches are heavy signalers, so I'm sure they will be trying to scout those and perhaps after halftime be able to pick some of those signals.
And how deep will this playbook be, Phoebe? I mean, how much time does this IMG team had to kind of get, different formations, different plays in there?
You know, it's a really good question because they are essentially, they're going to school at IMG. They're able to be around each other all the time. So they'll be doing classroom sessions, I'd imagine, almost every day.
Well, they came out with that heavy set. They took the time out. And now they're coming out with stacked trips to the bottom of your screen. Fletcher's one of those receivers. Lease on his own in the backfield. Now they motion Ryan Daly. And Lease will keep it himself, trying to get in, and that's great defense. It's Arthur coming in to clean up, but it was that defensive line that slowed down Lease.
And I love hearing, you can hear Jason Bell in the background yelling on that one. Don't be on the same level to his DBs to make sure that there are any crossing routes and not running into each other. But I mean, just moving people around and allowing opportunities for the quarterback to rush it.
But this time, sorry Phoebe, this time they will go heavy set and Lease will take it in. So it's IMG back in front with a Lease 2-yard touchdown. And he deserved that one, didn't he? Because he took the ball all the way down to that goal line.
He did. And, we're hoping that we're able to get our NFL Academy offense back out here, giving them an opportunity now to get the offense going. But IMG are doing a really nice job. I mean, we have to also keep in mind, they have just flown here from the States. It's not easy. We've seen with our NFL teams that have come over, some of them have tried coming over for a week and finding the best ways to acclimate, different food, different environment.
So Kane will convert on that one. And that'll take the score to 20 points to IMG and 14 to the Academy. Still a tight game. But as you say, Phoebe, you feel like the NFL Academy offense is struggling a little bit really to get something consistent going as we watch that touchdown from Lease.
Yeah.
So this is Lease bringing it all the way down to that 2-yard line. That was Arthur's shoestring tackle. And then it was 2 plays later that Lease took it in himself. Just takes a shotgun. Well, he tries to get in here, and they managed to defend that first play. But it was inevitable, really, wasn't it, with IMG so close to that goal line that he would take it in.
Yeah, and I mean, the defense are doing such a great job in really giving the team an opportunity. I just think it takes a bit of time. Offense is always the one that takes a bit longer than a defense in order to kind of all come together.
So it's been a great half. We've still got 7 minutes left in this second period. There's the kick from Kane, nice and deep. And that looks like he's got some room there. He's shown some great speed on these returns.
I think his shoe, is that a shoe that has flown off in that?
He's run right out of his shoes, Phoebe. Depesois on the return. And he's been a danger return man for the NFL Academy. And it will give them a decent field position starting at their 32.
Yeah, and I like the patience there from the other returner on that, Elia Jeffrey Afosu. He does a really nice job just waiting, making sure the ball is caught, and then running downfield, finding his block.
First down, Academy, still in a tight game. Play action to the sideline. Nice move and down the sideline for the first down.
And just being smart here, right? There's no need to drop a shoulder and try and punish somebody for coming after you. Just get the yardage. It's fine. Get kind of pushed out of bounds. Keep hold of the football.
Petrillo on the reception. Looks like he went out of bounds a little bit earlier. So it will bring up a 2nd and 3. motion from Petrillo, and they will give it on the end around. Brewer out in front, blocking. Petrillo looks for space, cuts back. Nice running. It's actually not Petrillo, it's Ben Lax on the end around, number 86. And he's going to pick up the first down. Some nice blocking from Brewer out front as well.
Yeah, really nice, and looking for work inside, right? We saw him with great eyes as he turns that corner. Beautiful job. This is the sort of thing you need, right? Getting those yards, positive yards. That's what we need here.
Into IMG territory now. Fenton trying to get the first offensive score on the board. 40-yard line, play action, and he's going to go deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Clark's asking for a flag, but I think it was clean. Again, trying to go to that big tight end, but the ball didn't seem to come out as clean as Fenton would have liked.
No, and I'm looking for the replay now to see if the flag is warranted here, but it looked like it bounced off of his chest, if I'm being honest.
Great protection for Fenton.
No, I wouldn't. I mean, I think the defender did a nice job. He came through, got his hand in the way, maybe had his hand on his shoulder to secure the tackle if he was going down, but...
I agree with you, Phoebe. Looks like good defensive play. Fenton this time will give to Brewer, but he's in trouble immediately. Dragged down by number 18. It might be Randy Marion, actually, number 19, Randy Marion. Had a couple of really good plays on defense as he today. So only a 1-yard gain, 3rd and 9 for Fenton.
Yeah, I think one of the things the NFL Academy will be needing to build upon is if they don't have a successful play, if they don't get one of those big plays, how are they able to come back from that? And now in this 3rd and 9, it's not as manageable a distance and forces them into throwing.
Shotgun, he'll go to Clark in a bit of space, and Clark uses that big body to fight off that first tackler and get out of bounds. He's going to be short of that first down, gets it to the 32, and he's going to be about 3 yards short. 4th down.
Yeah, Joshua Santos looking to make that tackle there. You know, when you go against some of these bigger tight ends, these bigger bodied people, trying to take them up high is not ideal. Take their legs away, right? I mean, get nice and low, a little bit of what you'd say a cut tackle, or push them out of bounds. Just don't try and take them head on with your full body.
So the Academy, 4th down, they're going for it. 4th and 4. The last one's going to be blown dead. And they're going to call that on the Academy.
Full start. Offense number 11. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
You know, it's pressure in situations, and you can practice this as much as possible. But when you're in a game mode, you can't account for the adrenaline. You can't account for all these feelings, the energy, and the people around you. Just it comes down to a bit of discipline, if I'm being honest.
Depasois with the penalty is going to force the Academy to punt once more. Nice high kick, which is going to bounce inbounds and take a beautiful Academy bounce, and it will be downed at the 5-yard line.
A flag again on the play.
So Dan Goodburn with the field of the kick. But we'll see, as you say, Phoebe, what that flag is for.
Yeah, I think it was a nice idea by Goodman then. He probably could have stayed upright and just allowed for the ball to get a few more yards.
After play was over, personal foul, receiving team number 11, grabbing the face mask. 15-yard penalty will be enforced half distance from the end of the kick. 1st down.
Axel Ferry, number 11 for IMG, is going to put them even more in a hole. So it was at the 6. I think it's going to take them all the way back to maybe the 3. So IMG with it. This is where they started their last drive.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. I mean, this is a great opportunity here for the NFL Academy defense. Let's see if they can do what they did last time.
So Lease for IMG, line up in his own end zone. Fletcher to his left. He's looking to get that D-line to jump, isn't he? Puts Fletcher to his right-hand side this time, and he will give to Fletcher up the middle, and that's a nice hole, and that'll get them out of trouble. It's a big pickup of 8 yards on first down. Some good interior blocking there.
There was, and then sending pressure off the edge, sending 5 on the rush. You know, I think it makes it a bit tough sometimes when you just miss it by a second and you get them running up the middle like that.
So Fletcher will give him the first down. Lease keeps this one, and that's a great play from number 40, who's coming in from his linebacker spot, Jadil Wahab, who makes a fantastic play on the quarterback. Stuffs him, no gain.
That was beautiful. So he was off the edge last time. Now we had a little bit of a stretch play here from IMG, and he was patient and just got right in there, met him right in the hole.
Sorts of plays you make day in, day out, Phoebe. 2nd and 12 for IMG. Fletcher will take it left-hand side. Arthur's out there, returns it back in. And that's a great tackle. That's Arthur actually on the tackle, I think. Number 52.
Yeah, really nice job. And, you know, they were in trips, and those receivers got downfield blocking, making the way, and they had a tight end on that side. So you have to be thinking something when you're in one of those situations. And NFL Academy defense knew exactly what they were going for.
Coach, you need to be back up here, sir, at 20. Coach, you need to be
So it'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for IMG. They had that terrible field position. They're not even at their 20-yard line now with this 3rd down, as Lease goes to his left-hand side, and that's a breakaway from the tackle is Alex Cross. Looks like he will have enough yards for the first down, but there is a penalty down. I wonder whether it's a hold.
Illegal block in the back. Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 3rd down.
Block in the back, so that'll be wiped off the board. Let's have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, IMG just beat themselves a little bit here and unnecessary. But I must say their receivers are so evasive. Even with one hand on them, they're still able to break these tackles. It's going to be a lot for this NFL Academy defense for the entire day to stay on top of it, getting those gang tackles.
I feel like they're being kept in it a little bit by these penalties, don't you?
Yes, I agree completely.
3rd and 10. What can this dangerous offense led by Elise do here? Motion this time. They go for the screen to Fletcher, and he picks it up in space, but the Academy rally well. So it's only going to pick up 4 yards in the end.
Really great stop on that one. I think we might have an injury. No, he's getting up slowly. There we go.
This is the 2-minute warning.
Oh, 2-minute warning. Wow. Where is this game gone, Carl?
I know, we've had everything in this one.
Yeah, I think on that last play, their quarterback just took a little bit too long to make that decision to get the football out. Just trusting your players, right? We don't need to doubt each other here.
Boki, the touchdown scorer for NFL Academy, just getting assisted off the field, number 48. I'll have a look at him in the tent. 4th down now for IMG. After that nice tackle on the screen pass, so out comes the punter.
I'm curious, do you think we might get some fake punts in this game? That would be quite exciting.
He'll put his foot through this one, and it'll bounce at the 45 and then take an IMG roll. Academy will stay away from it, and it'll finally come to rest at the NFL Academy 45, where they will take over with 1:46 left on the clock.
Great field position for this NFL Academy offense. Let's see what they're able to do here. We're looking again for these easy completions. Good decisions from Sam Fenton. We unfortunately have a tent, and for a shorter people like myself, I cannot see over the tent to see the.
If there's any consolation, I can't either.
Oh, perfect.
So Fenton is actually starting from his 39, so not as good field position, but he will hand this one to Lax on the end around. Can he get the edge? He can, and they'll pick up 9. Oh, the flag comes in again. Now, is that helmet to helmet?
I mean, we'll have to see it on the replay here, but I didn't know if it was helmet to helmet or if it was just a late hit
Personal
out
foul,
of bounds.
late hit out of bounds. Number 3 on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. Automatic first down.
Jimmy Athens, Phoebe, you called it with the late hit. Here it is.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was Lax kind of stepped out of bounds, didn't he? And then Athens coming in late. The Academy will say thank you very much for that one.
Take this. Let's capitalize now.
.135 still on the clock. Academy looking to come back. This time they fake the end around, and that play goes nowhere. Brewer had nowhere to go. They didn't bite on that one.
No, not at all. And the safeties did a really nice job of rocking and rolling, so dropping back and coming down on that one with that motion play. They didn't trick anybody there, just swallowed in the backfield.
Jackson Ashford with the big play. 2nd and 12 for Fenton as they hurry up to the line. Fenton looking. Now he's going to have to run. Nowhere to go. It's going to go down as a sack. And that's Joshua Santos.
That was a great play. He was engaged
Timeout.
on a block.
Second charge, timeout. NFL Academy.
Engaged in a block and ripped off of it to make that sack. I mean, that was really impressive.
Just feel as well, the coverage really good downfield from IMG. I mean, Fenton had a look, but there's just nothing there.
No, he really made a good decision there. He had to run the football. He didn't have much other choice on that one.
So under a minute to go in this first half. Fenton and the NFL Academy trying to get something going on this offense, and they have made yards, but they've not been able to get into the end zone. The 2 scores, if you just join us, that you can see on the board from the Academy, one coming from a fumble return on a special teams play, and the other one coming from a defensive forced fumble and return for a touchdown. They have put a 2-pointer on the board, have the offense, but that's all. No touchdowns so far.
Well, impressive that they went for it, and it's nice to see that they're going for it on 4th down. They're attempting these 2-point and completing these 2-point attempts, right? I mean, this is exciting stuff that we love to see from our NFL Academy coaches.
3rd and 13. Fenton looks to the single side receiver, and that's a good catch under pressure. Stays in bounds. Now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Timeout. Second charge, timeout, IMG.
So IMG with the timeout on that. I guess they're thinking they're going to get the ball back and do their own bit of magic.
Perhaps, and they know, at least from previous, that NFL Academy are willing to go for it. So having a plan in mind based off of what they've seen already, what defense can they utilize to best attack this offense? Who are the biggest threats they've got so far? Are you enjoying this so far? How great is this?
I've been really impressed by the NFL Academy and the way they're competing with this team, especially on defense. Some really great plays on defense and on special teams. And, you know, you were saying pre-game, it's no short order. There's a very good IMG team that's coming over here with some really talented athletes. And look at the scoreline.
I know, I don't think anyone had any idea what it would look like. It was just all an unknown entity.
So 4th and 3. Fenton on the field, and he's got 3 backs around him. Heavy set, they will hand this one, and that's going to be busted for a first down. It's a great play, and it's Andrea Volanino that will get the first down, but there is a flag far side of the field.
Holding, offense number 81. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 4th down.
So
Clock will
Petrillo
start on the snap.
gets caught on the hold. And all that work for nothing.
I know, and this is a very tough spot because you're pretty much going to have to force into a punt situation.
Correction, the play finished inbounds. The clock will start on my signal.
All right, here we go. And
Timeout.
we're off again. I think that was a great
Third
play
and final
call on
chance,
that.
timeout, IMG.
They had pressure sent on the backside, the run play going away from it. It was all really nicely put together. Such a shame that penalties once again are hurting them. Pressure backside.
Here's the play.
Beautiful. Great blocks upfield.
It's tough to see the hold on the replay there. But the referees are there, and they saw it.
But what could have been potentially points on the board is now ending up and giving the ball back to IMG with 36 seconds left on the clock. Expect shots.
Another flag. They've been busy, this crew, led by James Ford Bannister.
Definitely keeping everybody on their toes, aren't they? All these flags.
Yep, 33 seconds left. Here's our referee.
Full start. Offense number 53. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
I think we'll be saying this word a lot throughout the game. Discipline. Discipline, discipline.
Absolutely right, Phoebe. So, they'll line up to punt again. And again, there's movement. Defensive line move that time, and it made the offense jump. So we'll see whether this is going to go against IMG.
Full start. Offense number 98. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Well, it's going to go against Academy again. That's 3 straight penalties. 1 for a hold, 2 false starts. 25 yards worth of penalties.
I mean, unbelievable. Just block out the noise. Stare down at the football. It doesn't matter anything else. Do not move. You have to be thinking, do not move. Do not move.
Please reset the game clock to 36 seconds. 36 seconds.
So Petrillo back to punt. It's a high snap. He fields it well with one hand.
He did very well on that.
Nice punt, nice take, and IMG will take over on their own 12 with maybe 25 seconds left.
I mean, I think that was his second very casual one-handed grab from the long snapper on that one. Impressive to still be able to get the ball off nice
Please
and
reset
timely.
the game clock to 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Now they're going to put 30 seconds on the clock for IMG. Following the fair catch, which just saves a few of those precious seconds. So will we see fireworks at the end of this half from this talented team as Lease rolls out to his left-hand side? He'll go down the sideline, and that's a great pitch and catch. Inbounds and a flag down. Jacob Diver again on the reception.
I mean, he did a really nice job. There's a nice play call. Again, having that, I think what was a drag from the backside. They were in a cover 3 defense, so sitting in between the safeties and those corners and outside linebackers. Beautiful ball placement and really nice patience from the receiver on that.
They pick the flag up.
We're going quickly, though. The sticks aren't set.
First down IMG at the 32. Lease going to his left-hand side. Single coverage. What a pick! Great position for Beveridge Ekpolomolo. Did a fantastic job there, Phoebe, of just being in better position than the receiver.
He did, and the offense were rushing on that one. They were in hurry up. They weren't set. Even the receiver on that one wasn't really anticipating that when he was. His head didn't turn around quickly enough here. Well, we've got 6 seconds left on the clock, and I think, are the Academy going for it? Now we're going to go
This
inside.
is the end of the first half.
So, what a first half. Here's the pick. You're looking at Lees and Polimo. Look at that position.
Beautiful, and the ball was just slightly inside. If he was looking to throw that fade, it should have been further outside to be a back shoulder catch there, giving separation between the receiver and the defender.
So we'll bring you a few of the highlights of the first half. And we're going to hand back down to John. Back down to you on the sideline to take you through some highlights of that first half.
Thank you very much, Carl. What a first half. A very competitive game there at one point towards the start. If you're supporting the NFL Academy here in the UK, didn't look so good. Some amazing play there to get back into contention, take a slender lead, but at half-time, it is the Americans, the IMG Academy, who have a slender lead, 19-14 over the NFL Academy. So let's take a look at the highlights of that first half here in North London. Okay, we're going to bring you the highlights in just a second. One thing I've got to mention, now I've been watching that first half alongside a lot of parents that have travelled over from the United States of America, and I have to say they're bringing the atmosphere here to North London. It was a very cold morning. There was a lot of people walking around in big coats like I'm wearing here, representing the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm kind of regretting that now. It's getting up to maybe 15 degrees, which doesn't sound warm, but when you're standing in the sun, it's pretty warm. And I have to say, a quiet start for the American families that have come over to support their kids, but now banging away, you know, so a proper NFL atmosphere here. And I guess a lot of the kids in the NFL Academy here in the UK, they won't have experienced that. You know, they'll have been maybe to the London games where you get a real taste of what it's like to go to an NFL game in America. Slightly different. It's obviously a UK take on that, but you know, we've had them banging the seats, we've had them whooping and cheering, we've had, I mean, I don't think any drinks have been thrown, but it's been absolutely fantastic. And I know there's a lot of NFL Academy parents here as well, so maybe we'll catch up with them a little bit later on. But let's take a look at the highlights from that exciting first half now. So there we go, that's the second TD for IMG. Okay, and this is the fight back from the Academy with their touchdown. There it is, the fumble return, number 48, running it home. A lot of whoops and cheers there from the friends and family watching here. Extra point was blocked. Not what you want to see, not what you want to see. And here we go. The IMG Academy with the recovery. And NFL Academy fumble for the touchdown there. This is the comeback. Extra point here. In fact, extra 2 points. And there we go, straight in to number 11. Here we go, IMG with the football here. Phoebe Schechter's joined alongside me. I know you were commentating on this live, but I was just saying here before you joined me, some really good football in that first half.
Yeah, it's been great to see. I mean, the burst that this quarterback has, though, the second he started running, you could see his speed.
This was the close one for IMG here.
But I love that ankle tap there by Arthur.
You would be gutted.
Yeah, you would be very gutted.
This one was a touchdown, though.
He's just got speed, and when you have a quarterback that's able to run the ball, pass it, and he just does a great job.
Some good power there, and that was reminiscent of a bit of rugby there, getting the ball over the line when you're going down. Bit of a crossover.
Whatever it takes.
And there we go, and that went through there. And just at the end there, I mean, you've got seconds left in the first half, so I guess the pick isn't too serious.
No. Take a shot, you know, as well. I mean, they were hurrying up to get to the line. The sticks weren't even set yet. It was just a little bit inside that football. For me, the receiver didn't get his head around quickly enough on that. And it was just a really great play by the defender, by the NFL Academy defender. So it's been really good football. I mean, it's exciting to see I would say the penalties on both sides are killing them.
Yeah, so this is on my list, Phoebe, and this is something I want to ask you about here. Now, when you watch the NFL, getting a flag is really quite a big deal because you're losing yards there. And I've noticed a lot today, and you've just brought that up there. And why is that? Is that because we're dealing with people who are 16 to 19-year-olds and they're learning still?
Yeah, I think there's some inexperience level to it as well. I mean, they've not had very many game situations. Even if you practice it, it's not the same. Now you've got officials here. You've got tension, right? You've got excitement. You've got people that are wanting to be competitive out here. There's been a couple of those unsportsmanlike late hit out of bounds. Then we don't need to put ourselves in that situation for either side. And then special teams coming up with some really big plays to help out. For me, this whole time, it's been about the offense, the NFL Academy offense. They need to be able to come out now after halftime and actually move the ball down the field because defense has done it for them, special teams has done it for them. It is now on the NFL Academy offense.
Absolutely. Letting down the side, but only slightly. Let's be real about this. I don't want to be negative at all here.
Three phases of the game. No, and there's nothing to be negative about, right? Because how exciting is this? You're playing IMG Academy. You're playing one of their varsity teams. This is a really big deal, and you're in the UK. I mean, look at how lucky we are right now, and how lucky they are to be able to have these opportunities. But we just take advantage of it, right? Like if you're given a first down, now let's capitalize.
I have to say, I've been chatting to some of the parents that have come over from the United States, and they are actually, I think they were maybe a little bit surprised. I think there maybe is, a slight thought that, if you're watching your kids from a very young age playing football and going to an academy, that when you come over to the UK, well, hang on, that's not their football, this is American football. But actually, a lot of the dads I've just been chatting to while the game was on there, very, very impressed with what they saw. Obviously, they were a little bit more, let's say, confident when their team were up by 13. But I mean, when the NFL Academy started getting back into it, they were giving them credit. And I have to say that, I was just mentioning before we watched those highlights there that, the friends and family here, they are really creating the atmosphere.
Yeah, it's great to see, and we've had some of the parents come over and talk to us as well, and it's exciting, right? And they're excited. I mean, how great is that? Could you imagine that your 16, 17, 18-year-old kid is out here in England playing, and we've said it in the beginning of the show about people from all over the world. There's so many different nationalities being represented here. I mean, how special is that? These are memories for a lifetime.
They really, really are. Now, talking of memories for a lifetime, the NFL Academy went out. They took, I think it was about 15 players over to Texas. They did a little bit of a tour there. They played in front of a lot of college scouts, had a proper workout, and from what I've heard, impressed massively. And I'd like to take a look at this to see how they got on.
Ready to go out of camp. It's time to get out working and show what Europe is made of.
Can't wait to compete, show everyone what I'm about.
It's time to show them who we are.
We've been prepared to play at a high level.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
I feel like it was a really good experience to get out here, socialise with other people in my position, learn new things, speak to new coaches.
They probably think that the skill difference is bigger, but it's not. It's very close.
I performed the way I think I should be performing. I think my coach will be happy with that. So yeah.
I took a couple buddies. I think I did my thing.
The level of football here is incredible, and there's loads of brilliant athletes out here. And I feel like in the next camps it's only going to get better. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. awesome to get these guys. They were very competitive. They had a good energy about themselves, and they were confident in their ability. So very pleased. And man, hopefully this starts a pipeline of getting more kids to come out.
So you heard of the NFL Academy now? You remember who they are?
Yeah, I'll know after today. That's hard. It's gonna be hard to forget them.
Been offered by Washington State. Glad and pleased and happy. Had a good performance at camp. Worked my arse off. Won my first rep. Absolutely dominated. Yeah, so I was in the lower group. They moved me up and thought, wow. So I moved up to the older guys and had my reps in the final group, final sets of reps. Yeah, everyone's gonna know who the academy is. And then afterwards, you got Dante, so go against me, bro. So I went up against Dante. Nah, Dante.
Day 3, TCU, DFW, Mega Camp.
Gonna leave it out there, ready for it. Definitely gonna come out here and offer. It's my last opportunity. I know that my offers are coming soon, so I just have to keep being patient. It's gonna be a sweaty one today.
They had great energy, they love football, they love the game. You saw some of them get better even throughout the practice. In my mind, it's legitimate football.
Kansas just offered. It's crazy, man. Kansas offered. Crazy. Hard work paid off. 1% better every day works. Coach T.A. was right.
Like 3 reps, 1-2, lost 1. The one that I lost was a bit peak because I was winning and then the guy just did that and then just kind of lost balance, fell, stood up, and then they recalled the rep, went, stood him up, knew he was going to bull rush, did the same stuff again, had him. You already know how it gets.
Today was a really good day. You know, we were competing hard, you know, but we made it through.
These guys, they're fast, they know what they're doing, but we're ready. Been dreaming about coming out here since first year, so being here is just different. It's amazing.
It just goes to show that we Europeans can compete, that there's no big difference, you just have to work hard. We're hoping to come back next year, dominate again, hopefully get some more offers, and do all of this again.
They've done 3 camps back to back in, you know, fairly hot temperatures for a UK kid. We knew the expectations were high for the NFL Academy, but the players have risen to every challenge we've set aside. Our players have been noticed when they come to the next camp. Like I said, they've gone above and beyond what we'd hoped they would do out here. I'm so proud of them.
And as I say, the team seems to have very much impressed out there in Texas, and a few of the players getting offers from colleges. So good to see the NFL Academy doing its job. And well, Phoebe's found another one of her friends now.
Yeah, we're back, baby.
Scotland Williamson used to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, what did you make of that game to start off with?
Oh, honestly, I think the boys were a little bit shell-shocked in the first, I'd say, series or so, but they really settled into the game, and good to see them coming up with huge point-scoring opportunities on defense and special teams. But second half, we need to see something from the offense.
Yeah, big second half coming up. And I mean, obviously, you know, if people don't know, Christian transited from rugby here in the UK over to play football in America. And I mean, I imagine, Phoebe, you know, as a former coach at the Buffalo Bills, you know, there's a lot to learn in terms of football, isn't there? So must have been a tricky one, I imagine.
Yeah, definitely. And interesting enough, I don't know if you remember back in the day there, Christian, when we were at IMG Academy in the International Player Pathway Program, you were actually playing against some high school players. I mean, yep. Do you remember these times? And can you imagine that now?
It's come completely full circle. So, Phoebe, I think we watched the Super Bowl together.
We did.
You ordered us Domino's,
Yes.
2018, I think. But my first football practice was actually with IMG High School. Jordan Mailata, now starting left tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, and I both had no experience of American football because we were rugby players. So then going into that setting and then literally learning from high school level, and then 3 months later we were in rookie minicamp with a professional team. The learning curve was so steep, but learning those fundamentals, those basic fits and how you place your hands and the footwork at this fundamental level is huge. So with the academy players now getting a first taste of American football by an American team coming to London and playing against them, it's huge for their development.
And you have to remember that, you know, IMG perhaps maybe look a bit more polished, but, you know, they've probably been playing football for so many more years, you know, compared to these guys that have come into the NFL Academy, you know, from other sports. What was the first thing you noticed having gone from rugby to playing NFL? Because I think everyone says rugby, NFL, oh, you know, if they don't really know, they'll go, oh, it's a similar thing. But, you know, the impact, I think, in football are a lot different to rugby, aren't they?
Definitely. I think playing without pads in rugby prepared me for the collisions in American football. I wasn't scared of getting tackled or hit, but the detail, the precision of movements and execution and how much knowledge is required to even execute one snap on offense or defense. There's so many adjustments that defenses make. There's so many different motions and moves and hand signals, audibles, different calls and adjustments that you have to make as an offensive player. Whereas in an open game like rugby, you don't really have that level of detail or accountability, whereas this is the ultimate team sport.
And I know you said before about how these players, it did take him a little bit of time just to kind of settle. I mean, do you remember your first game, your first preseason game in the NFL, and what were some of the big lessons you remember from that?
Oh, well, there's a moment that sticks in the memory. So we were playing against the Philadelphia Eagles, so Jordan's team. Our first game was actually against each other in the NFL, and I get put in, I think, okay, not warm up into it, but I had a check release. Next thing I know, the ball's coming to me on my first snap in the NFL. I'm thinking, oh, I better catch this. And I've caught it in the flat, it's slightly behind me, and then the flat defenders just come from distance and just absolutely lit me up. So it was the biggest hit I've ever had probably in my career. But I got up, picked the dirt out of my face masks, jogged to the sideline, and Coach Tomlin was laughing because I was just giggling. And he thought, this English guy is absolutely crazy, because it was actually the softest hit I've ever had in my life, just because the pads and everything like that. So for me, as a confidence builder, there's nothing like getting your first contact or your first catch in the NFL, and mine happened to happen on my first snap, so it will definitely live long in the memory.
There's a lot of first contacts for some of the kids out here now. The players are coming back out on the field, so I don't know if we're maybe about to restart. We were going to see Efe Abada at the video we teased a little bit earlier on. Are we going to go to the play? Let's have a look. I think we may be just doing a warm-up. Christian, Scotland Williamson, thank you for joining us. We'll let you go and enjoy, and I know you're an ambassador for the NFL Academy, so you're doing some great work. Thank you very much.
Cheers, mate. Honestly, it's an incredible day. I remember the first NFL Academy trials a couple of years ago, I think 2019, so now to be here, having the guys playing a game, it's huge.
Excellent stuff.
Well, such an inspiration to us.
We saw a little teaser earlier of Efe Abada. Let's watch the full film just before we bring you the second half here in North London.
Hey, my name is Efe Abada. We are back here at the NFL Academy. It's been 2-3 years since I've been back, so it's nice to be back, nice to be home, nice to see football on the English soil getting played. And I'm just going to go catch up with a lot of guys, a lot of the students, and see how everything's been going on. Let's do it. You want the Rolex as well?
No, that's the you, man.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? Who's got me? I don't worry, I'm going to come over there next.
Wait, Efe.
What's up,
I'll race you to the kickoff. I'll race to the returner.
So, big fella, they had to double team me, of course.
Still at one.
Ran into the wedge.
Yeah.
No problem. But obviously, once you're blocked, you got to stop. But you just got to play it after the whistle, you know, go after the ball. Let's go on the other side and dominate. I need to see where that pass rush is. I need to see it. I need to see who can pass rush. Oh, this is it, this is it, this is it. Woo! Let's go! Man, you're lucky I don't have my helmet.
Give me 8. Check this. No. Don't you dare. Why don't you dare?
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Hold on.
You guys had one-on-ones, whatever. You're lucky I forgot my pants. Bro, I want to. I want to. Number 75 sucks. 1, 2, 3. Let's go! You know, so we just finished practice. It was amazing. It was great catching up with some familiar faces. Great to see how far some of the guys have developed. Great to talk to them personally and see what, you know, what's in store for them and what they've got looking forward to. And yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, this is home for me. This is the academy, and whoever's watching, stay tuned, locked in. You know, parents, get your kids over here if you want them to be an NFL player. Fans, support this cause and just lock into these guys and their journeys and their futures. Over and out.
Efe Abada there, a huge success story from Britain, playing in the NFL and also a huge ambassador of the NFL Academy as well. So we're just about to bring you the second half coverage. Currently IMG Academy 19, the NFL Academy 14, and picking up for the second half your commentary team of Phoebe Schechter and Carl Walkinshaw.
Welcome back to the booth. What a great halftime show that was. And Phoebe has made it all the way back for the start of the second half.
Let's go. You're getting my fitness in today.
Absolutely are. And what about Efe Abada and Christian down there, and so many legends of the British game that have gone on to achieve such great things in the NFL. It's just a real pleasure to be here.
Absolutely, and it's great to have the community here. You've got your players that have been through the International Player Pathway Program, which for some of our athletes out here, that's their end goal, getting to the NFL. We also have, you know, Hoshain, who we talked to earlier, who has been through the Academy program. It just shows how many different avenues and how much this means to all of our athletes here today.
Some other successes from the Academy, just to give you some names. Sado Traore, who has gone to Arkansas State. We've got Kofi Taylor Barracks, who's committed to Jackson State University. Tyler Harvey Fallows, who's gone to the Troy Trojans. And I think Olatunde Mukparu, he was mentioned, he's gone to Bryant. So there's so many different successes that have come through this 4-year program already, and we're looking at the future of the game as we get ready for this second half kickoff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know Sadhu's done such a really beautiful job out in the States, and they love him. And shout out to Bryant University. That's where I had my first real coaching internship. So I got to celebrate that Northeast.
Absolutely. We're getting ready now for the kickoff. It's going to be IMG. This game is now really beautifully poised. 19-14, IMG have the lead as the kick goes into this beautiful sky here in North London. It's picked up at the 10-yard line, trying to get a return off to the right, and that's good coverage. Nice tackle there early on, just about at the 20-yard line where IMG will take over.
That's the nicest thing about starting the game on kickoff. You can just run downfield, light somebody up. You've got all those butterflies going in your stomach, and that's a great way to just kind of unleash.
Rodrigo Acampo on the return for IMG. They get the ball first. Academy won the toss, you'll remember, and decided to put their offense out.
Following all the NFL ways, the double dip, the 8 that we're talking about, try and score before the half, score after the half.
Yeah, all the strategies coming to play now, and it's a really tight game, so not only is it a great spectacle, but it's exciting as well to watch. Motion now on first down from IMG, and it will be Lizzie that keeps it on first down, and that ball is out early on again. We saw this in the first half with the ball coming out early on the first play, but that time it was the Academy.
It looks uncertain here.
The ruling on the field is that the player was down prior to the fumble.
So Lizzie, quarterback, you'll see here on the replay, there he is just off to his left-hand side, Phoebe.
Yeah, I mean, he just came through there and lost of football. Again, when you're in traffic, 2 hands on the football. Don't take a chance. Don't take a risk here.
Ever so close. Fletcher being tracked by Arthur. Fletcher will find the edge. Arthur does make the tackle, but it looks like Fletcher will have that first down.
That was really nice. That was almost like perfect rabbit drill that you do as a defensive player, tracking the hips. When they break down, you break down. Beautiful job there from our NFL Academy defense.
First down, IMG on their opening series. If we get another look at that Lisey fumble, we will take another look, as it was ever so close, but they retain the ball. First down, 31-yard line now. Handoff, Fletcher, hole off the right-hand side, who rips another 7 yards through the heart of this Academy defense. He's a great runner, isn't he? Here's the fumble from Lisey. Look how close this is. Goes left-hand side. 48 comes in here. And it's kind of bang-bang, isn't it?
He doesn't fully look like he has possession before he hits the floor. I mean, that's a very tight call, and that's what's tough in these situations. There is no instant replay, essentially, for our officials.
Second and short, and that's blown up in the backfield.
Beautiful.
That's a great play that time from the NFL Academy defender. Let's have another look at this one. Beveridge Ekpolomo coming in here to cut Fletcher down on the edge. Great job.
Terrific speed, angles, excellent.
3rd and 3 now after that great edge play. Lisey with a tight end and stack receivers to the top of your screen. He'll take it himself, and what a great defensive crunching tackle that is. Immediately in on the play, that defensive line snuffing Lisey out.
It's great to see, you know, after halftime they've gone in, they've discussed it. I mean, look at this vice tackle from both defenders on that. One of the biggest threats to the defense was that quarterback, so finding a way to stop him, nice adjustments there from the NFL Academy coaches.
Safa Boki, who's already got a touchdown on a forced fumble return in the first half, makes the stop. 4th down. Now, you mentioned fake punts earlier on. Well, let's see what happens here. They'll kick it. It's a high kick and a short one. Bounces at the 32, and Academy will let that roll down to the 16, where they will take over.
Oh, we've got a little bit of a fight on the field right now.
Oh, well, they blew the whistle, and then more flags coming in.
There's just no need. There's just no need. It's hard, right? You know you're invested, you're feeling way, you're amped up about it, but between the whistles, some of the best players I know and I've got to work with are able to turn on that aggression in between the whistles and then be disciplined enough on the backside to just move on.
After play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 36. It's a 15-yard penalty from the succeeding spot. 1st and 10, IMG.
So they're going to call it on IMG, on Jose Falcon. So the Academy would have started at their 16, but they're going to come all the way out to the 31.
Correction, 1st and 10, NFL.
So the NFL Academy with their first possession of this second half after some good defending from the black and blue.
There we go, we're getting aligned on the field. A little bit of back and forth here.
Just having a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, a little salsa, a little square dance, we're good to go.
All right, here we go. Fenton, all business now. Shotgun snap, pitches it to Brewer.
Yes.
Right-hand side. Nice block on the edge, and Brewer finds a hole. One man to beat. That man makes the tackle. So it's number 23, Jackson Bolduc, that comes over to make the tackle, but some great blocking on the edge there.
That was all about Ben Lax on that play. He did a brilliant job of sealing that outside linebacker. You should be able to see him here. I mean, he got perfect positioning, hand on the chest, other outside hand under the lapel. I mean, that allowed for that run to be so successful.
Johannes Inarsson as well, out there blocking for Brewer. Fenton will give it to Brewer again up the middle this time. Barrels his way for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8.
It's nice to see this from our NFL Academy, coming out with a bit of juice, running the football, do what you're good at, right? And build that confidence.
Halfway through this Q3 already.
It's crazy where time is going.
Academy have the ball. 2 receivers top, 2 bottom. Fenton looks left, pump fakes, tries to go over the top again. He's got Clark, double coverage and batted down. Nice coverage from IMG, and they like that in the stands.
I love the idea, right? Give him a chance, which he absolutely did. And great play there by IMG. We had, I think, number 2 it was, coming across, a little double pump from Mr. Fenton. Yeah, I mean, great job to get his hand in there at the end. The safety comes across and really breaks up, but by number 23, Daryl Roach, I think that is.
Yeah, Ocampo as well over there. 3rd and 8. Trips to the top of your screen. Single back. That's Fenton looking across the middle this time to Clark. Just can't connect on that one. Good coverage from Jackson Bolduc again.
Yeah, just a bit of pressure, a bit unclear for him in the pocket with all the people around, and the football just, when it came off of his hand, just stayed on a little bit too long, so you got that downward point of the football.
So, Petrillo out to punt. Divers back at his 10-yard line. Petrillo's going to kick it away from him. And Diver will leave this one, and again takes a nice academy bounce. Petrillo on the punt duties. He's been pinning them back, and he does it again here.
Yeah, and even with a low snap, the way he was able to get that football to bounce towards the end, that's what you're looking for. You know, that end over end, when it hits the floor, it bounces towards the opponent's end zone, really putting them in a stressful field position with their offense.
So it remains a 5-point game, this one. 19-14 to IMG, but they're backed up again at their 4-yard line. This is familiar territory for them. They give it to Fletcher. Can he get him out of trouble? He only picks up a couple.
Nice job by the Academy defense. Again, we talked about the adjustments at halftime. You know, that motion play would have stretched them a little bit previously and has created those big gaps up the middle, which we saw in the first half. But this time, the linebackers were really well disciplined. D-line did a nice job just staying in their gaps, staying on their assignment.
2nd and 8. Motion this time, and they're going to give it to Fletcher, right-hand side. He finds a gap, so dangerous in the open field. He has the first down. He's dragged down by Rio Tarika Brown.
Yeah, and on that play, there was a bit of a game up front, a bit of a stunt from the D-line, which just got him caught up and wasn't able to allow them to penetrate into the backfield.
Medical timeout, NFL Academy.
Run that play so many times, have IMG, with great success. Fletcher had that 44-yard touchdown play on the first touch of the ball. And they've continued to go to it and continue to have success. We've got an injury timeout on the field. Tight game here.
But it's nice to see how both teams have come out really aggressive with it. And, you know, again, looking forward to see what adjustments they're going to make for the NFL Academy offense.
Talked about Fenton. He's been one of the first people ever to send the Academy any footage of himself. He was 15 years old when he did that. 4 years ago, and now he's at his 3rd year at the Academy, starting quarterback for the last 3 years, and he's played well today.
He has. He's played really well today, and I love that you bring up his sending in film. I think that's a really big thing. That's, you know, you look at guys like Christian Scott and Williamson or Alex Gray, and, you know, who have highlight reels from their sports, their appropriate sports for them, both being rugby. But hopefully things like this, right, games like today are opportunities for these athletes to put themselves on tape, to be able to send that across to university in the States. And it's just really great. It's really great to see. And, you know, a lot of the coaching staff here today, there's a lot of crossover from our senior team. So you've got your London Warriors coaching staff here, who really represent the NFL Academy coaching staff, who've been the most winning in the UK. We saw them compete in Brit Bowl not too long ago now.
Yeah, it seems every time I'm stood up here, it's Tony Allen on the sideline somewhere. As a Barker comes off the field, number 53, a bit of a limp. We hope he's okay. We'll get back to that live action. First down after that Fletcher run. Lizzie drops back, pass over the middle, and no flags. So it was nice work from Vinnie Maxfield at his defensive back position on that one.
Good to see him. He was in good position on that one. I think we had double hooks on our side and just an in from that defensive left side of the field, and he was all over it.
Second and 10. Fletcher, oh no, Lizzie keeping it with those quick hands. Oh, nearly broke it, and again, it's a saving tackle. This time it's number 42 that comes in. That's Javiel Laidley with the shoestring tackle.
Oh, we've got someone limping off the field. Oh, there we go. He's gone down. I can't see exactly who that is, unfortunately.
Here's a replay on that. You just see Lizzie with those quick feet. Nice block
Time
up
out.
front, cuts in,
Injury
cuts out,
timeout.
cuts inside
NFL
Arthur.
Academy.
And then it's Laidley that has to come in, number 42, to make the tackle.
And I think it is Rio Tyreek Brown who is actually down with what looks like an ankle at the moment. So hopefully he's okay. Oh, we've got him up now.
Tyreek Brown, he had that defensive touchdown. He's limping on that. That'll be a loss because it was that Arthur forced fumble and then Tyreek Brown scooping it up and taking it into the end zone for the touchdown in that first half. So this game taking its toll here on the Academy defense.
Yes, it is. And I think that's part of just any of these games, right? Getting that physicality up again, building up the stamina. Again, this IMG Academy will be playing games on a way more common basis.
It's all about having that football fitness as Fletcher now reversing direction, has to come back inside. Good discipline from the Academy defense. And again, it's that man Arthur making the tackle on Fletcher.
I'd love to see my O-line block on this one, and Henry Maddox had a great block on that. You know, it would have opened up a nice cutback lane for our running back. We're just ever so slightly in the position where I'm too short to see over this tent again.
What we need to do is get this going up a bit more, this bridge that we're stood on the trailer here.
Us vertically challenged people need a
or
little
I'll just
help
jump
at
on your
time.
shoulders.
I
know you're strong enough.
Terrific. Thanks, Carl.
Fourth down. Beautiful spiraling kick, fair catch, and it's made. Nice safe hands.
Beautiful punt on that one, wasn't it just?
Academy will take over on the 31.
Nice clean catch by our returner here.
Yep, Deposis.
I think either way, both teams are going to leave today having a lot of film to be able to review. There will be lots of good and lots of bad to be picking up on.
First down, Academy. Still that 5-point deficit for them. Defense is playing well early in this second half. Pitch. Brewer takes his time. That's a nice tackle from the defensive line position. We've called his name before. Good defender Jackson Ashford coming in.
And Rodrigo Fernanda Garza just cleaning up. You know, I think we talk a lot about, well, on that play I would have preferred if the running back just hit that a little bit quicker. There wasn't that much need for the hesitation. Just take it upfield, right? We talk a lot about going north, get vertical as soon as possible, especially against a defense like this.
Clark joins Brewer in the backfield. They will give it to Brewer behind the blocking of Clark, and that's a nice play, but maybe coming back on a hold. Flag goes in. Pick-up of about 9, close to a first down, but flag down.
Yeah, good speed from, I think, the guard and tackle on that one, pulling.
Holding, offense number 79. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, remains second down.
Yeah.
Johannes Inarsson, who's the center for this academy line.
Just hurts so much for them to come back this far. Now you were again in a manageable situation, and here we are on 2nd and long.
Yeah, you're right, Phoebe, about 16 to go. Three stacked receivers to the bottom on this second down, but they will hand it to Brewer again. Picks his way for a gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and 12.
I think one of the things that's great too is opportunities like this allow our NFL Academy coaches to be able to practice their game plan calling, right? They don't get many opportunities to be able to call a game, and I think it's really good for the players and the coaches to be on the same page.
See who Fenton looks for here. He's been trying to pick out Clark. Clark will go straight up the field. This time he will look, oh, that's a dangerous pass there, but in the end it falls harmlessly incomplete. Was trying to get it to Depesois.
Yeah, it looked like a bit of a miscommunication or just quite an overthrow there. I don't know if he thought that maybe he was going to run a post on that play, but it looked more like a dig or you're 10 and in. So perhaps just a lack of communication, which again, opportunities like this allow for them to get the kinks out.
Petrillo, what can he do from here? Punting from his own 29. He's been great today. Puts his boot through that one, and that's going to take kind of neutral bounce, come to rest at the IMG 40. So better field position than they've been used to up to now.
Yeah, it is. And most of his punts so far have kind of been able to roll towards the end zone. This is probably, like you said, the most neutral bounce of any of them so far.
So IMG back with the ball and that 5-point lead. 2.5 minutes left in this Q3. Fletcher, nice tackle there, picks up 3. And that's Carter Proctor, D-line, who was having a little bit of injury treatment early on. So it's good to see him back in and making tackles.
Yeah, it's great to see that. I was thinking exactly the same thing, and thank goodness for this awesome medical team that we have here today, the physios who are all able to help our athletes be in the best shape possible.
Lizzie with now that familiar clap and then the look to the sideline for the play. Fletcher again, it's that same play, right hand side looking for the edge, and Proctor again makes a beautiful play from his defensive end position. Just playing outside in and manages to drag Fletcher down from behind. That's difficult to do.
Absolutely is, and it's interesting to think that, again, we've talked about some of these players, this is their first 11-a-side game. Some have only played 7s or 9s or never played before, and actually seeing how they're managing themselves throughout this, because even for women's, as you know, we play 7s, and playing a full game at 11s is a very different level of fitness than 7s is.
3rd and 6. Arthur with some pressure early, but Lysy will get it away. Looks like it's going to be very close to that first down marker, and they are going to give him the first down. So the crowd getting behind their IMG team here. It's amazing they've come over from Florida. They've brought the noise with them, because every time they get that first down, it erupts here in the bleachers.
It's great to see, right? I mean, and that's something that has been seen with our NFL International Series as well. When these players come over, they want to bring their families. They want everyone to experience the culture, experience the beauty that we have here to offer in the UK.
It's about as green as it gets here as Lysy goes to a wide open receiver. That is caught. And that is Alex Cross.
Wow.
With a 50-yard bomb from Lysy. And they'll enjoy that one in the end zone.
Just a little bit of a play action there, and he was wide open, running straight through the middle of the field. I don't think anyone had anticipated him taking a shot like that right now, but really great. I mean, you can't deny how great that was from IMG.
You'll see it here on the replay. Lysy with all the time in the world. Play action to Fletcher, and then beautifully lofted pass. And the defensive back had no chance.
No, and you could absolutely see on that one how it pulled the DB right down when they thought it was that play action. And then all he had to do, or what, I can't say all he had to do, it is very hard. He had to find his receiver, focus in on him, put his head down and drive, and he just wasn't able to keep up with the speed of the IMG receiver.
So Alex Cross extends the IMG lead to 2 scores. 26 to the IMG Academy, 14 to the NFL Academy. As we get to the end of this third quarter, about 50 seconds left here in the third. It's the only score we've seen in the third, and we need something from that NFL Academy offense, you think, Phoebe?
Yeah, or the defense, which we've seen so far, special teams, right? How can they take advantage? Where are their strengths? You know, you look at a lot of high school players or your college level players in the States, a lot of them are based around only a couple players who are able to really elevate the game, and we've not had that yet. I mean, Peter Clark's such a big weapon for them on offense, utilizing him a little bit more. He's such a big body guy, but it's just been these contested catches downfield that have been a bit of a challenge for the NFL Academy.
They've tried to get the ball to DePassos, haven't they, a couple of times down the sideline without success. Another beautiful kick, and it is DePassos who will, rolling into the end zone. He needs to be careful now with this one as he's handled it. Will he bring it out? He will, and he does everything he can just to get back to the Academy 4-yard line. Very difficult to field that kick.
Very difficult, and at some point, and I think this is also coming with experience, understanding when to either let the ball go, know where you are on the field, situational awareness, you know, and for a lot of these players, this is completely new for them. They wouldn't have had to experience this before. It was a very dangerous play, and I think he will learn from this.
He will indeed. He'll learn to tie his shoelaces up as well. He lost his boot again on that. Kane on the kick is beautifully placed. You can see DePassos now in trouble. But in the end, Academy do get the ball.
Now we're having personnel issues. So being backed up, and we've not been able to see them backed up yet, but the playbook changes. So you can imagine IMG are going to be bringing that pressure now, looking to try and win themselves a safety perhaps.
Gone back to that formation they used on that 4th down attempt. 3 running backs in the backfield now. To Fenton's left, right, and behind him. They will give it to Brewer in the pistol position, and he will get 4 or 5, but again, flag down.
Flag. I didn't see on this. It looks like it's going to be holding, unfortunately, though.
Holding, offense number 69. Half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. Remains first down.
Elliott Ward that time.
Yeah, it's just tough, right? You finally start to get some positive yards, getting yourself out of a bad situation, and now here we are on the 3-yard line.
Elliott Ward was working on a building site for a year when he came across the academy on Instagram. And here he is, starting for the NFL Academy. Fenton now in a bit of a hole, first down and 11. And that's great defense. Swarming 4 shirts, 5 shirts to the ball for IMG. And it was Rodrigo Fernanda Garza who was the first man there.
Yeah, and this is, you know, we said it a little bit earlier, this is where that conditioning is going to show up. These IMG players, this is normal for them. Third quarter, fourth quarter, this is their home, right? They're used to this, having to be going full speed, coming at it a bunch. I mean, now we're hitting the end of the third quarter.
This is the end of the third quarter.
But second and on the 4-yard line, still second down. This is a really tricky position because the next thing you have to consider is if they're not able to move the ball much here, they're going to have to be punting from this position, being aware of what that means for the punter. Then the field position of IMG. IMG will have a great opportunity to take a shot. So it's not just about this one drive. It's how is that going to affect the rest of the game?
That's where that very experienced coaching staff really count, I guess, Phoebe, on plays like that, on positions like this where you need that strategic thinking, not just thinking, as you say, about the next play, but 2-3 plays ahead, putting ourselves in a position where we can win. Now, the last time the Academy played was in Uppsala, and they played the Rig Academy, and they were 21-0, they were 20-0 down at halftime in that game. So they know how to come back.
Absolutely.
So they're not going to quit.
No, and that's not the NFL Academy way, and that's not the way of the coaches and the culture. You know, we've got coaches on this staff who've played in the NFL, who have played out in Europe, and they know how to handle themselves in these situations. It's just, how are you conveying that messaging to your players, and how are you able to rally them together? Who is the leader here right now, whether as a player, which is always interesting because they've not been together that long, and you can see Sam Fenton and probably Peter Clark are great leaders on the offense. Who are the defensive leaders? Who's pulling everyone together and saying, come on, let's do this?
Here we go, beginning of Q4. 2 scores down, and Academy in a bit of a hole. Backed up on their 4-yard line. Fenton will hand this one off, and it's a great hole, and it's a great run to get him out of trouble. Beautiful cut and play
by Volumino again. And again on that one, IMG, you know, I think it was just a great play call, and IMG were in, again, showing that kind of quarters defense, rolled into the cover 3, and it rolled away from the play direction. So just opened up that lane for Volumino to run.
So some breathing room for Fenton, and he will look to his right-hand side, one-on-one battle. And that is...
I think that's
picked. That is a pick. IMG with another great defensive play. And that one is picked off by Jimmy Athens, who made that hit on the sideline earlier. He runs all the way in to the end zone with his teammates. It's not going to count as a score, but it will count as a fantastic interception.
You know, and I think when you get to this point as well, you're going to think that you're going to try and push the football when you don't need to. You had the tight end open on that one, actually, who leaked through the line. Could have been a nice, easy completion, but when you're feeling like you need to open up, and here we are. I mean, great. To be honest, it was great position, and that DB did such a wonderful job. I think he was trying to argue that he was down.
So
great strip.
It certainly was. It was Petrillo, the punter, who Fenton was trying to get the ball to. Petrillo, a good receiver in his own right, but comes up short on that one. Jimmy Athens coming away with the ball, and IMG now on their own 45 with a first down and a 2-score lead. This one will go to Fletcher up the middle. Barrels his way for 3.
I'd imagine now we'll be seeing a lot more of this run play, just wearing down the defense, protecting some of their players as well, making sure the quarterback isn't being hit.
Yeah, Proctor on the tackle. 2nd and 8. Lysy still in at quarterback, as he has been the whole game. Actually, let me take that back. It's not Lysy in at quarterback. They have swapped the quarterback in. It's Quinn Stanley now, who's the number 4, not number 14. So Quinn Stanley in at quarterback, and he hands that one to Fletcher for another gain of a couple. 3rd down.
Just those quick runs to the sideline, they're very hard to defend unless you're coming down and reading that right away, and especially having multiple quarterbacks who are able to run the football just makes the defense have to respect it.
So swapping in the backup quarterback now. Quinn Stanley takes this one and he'll go nowhere. Great play by that man. Coming back from injury. Came off the field earlier, did number 53. And he's come back in and made a play.
I mean, that was a really great read. That was the quarterback faked as if he was going to throw the ball, and Ibaka just sniffed that out right away, gave him no opportunity. I mean, now 4th and long. This defense has been keeping this team alive.
Absolutely right. 4th down. DePassis back. Another beautifully high kick. DePassis is going to stay away from it. It's short in the end, so had plenty of height, but very short. And out of bounds. It's going to give the Academy some good field position.
So we do have a couple double numbers in this, and the new quarterback is actually Joey Conflitti. So a couple double numbers here today.
Thanks, Phoebe, for that. So it's Joey Conflitti that they had on, but he couldn't get anything going against this Academy defense. So 1st down.
We're gonna shout out to Ryan, who's watching in Tampa and helping us out, letting us know about his team.
Thank you, Ryan. Fenton going deep. He's got DePassis. He had DePassis open, but that's a great recovering play by Ocampo again. He's been ever so good at that DB cornerback position.
Oh, he's been magnificent, and just on the receiver hip pocket the whole time. Again, we talk about, you start seeing signs that Sam Fenton's feeling like he has to carry this team a little bit and get those big explosive plays. Look at your intermediate plays. We've only really thrown those either short screens or looked at the long play, and on that one the ball was just a little bit behind.
Brewer this time with a big hole down the left-hand side, cuts back inside, picks up a gain of 20 and into IMG territory now. Nice run from Brewer.
Really nice run. We do have some more whistles. I'm not sure what's happening here.
They're moving the sticks.
Timeout. My time. Injury to an official.
Ah, there you go. So here's that play that Ocampo defended beautifully against Depasoil. And no hold on that one, the run from Brewer, so it was nice and clean. Here's the Brewer run.
I mean, just
look at the hole there.
Yeah, just giving him opportunity to get into space and use his speed, cut it back, just nice low center of gravity. Great opportunity for them to all test themselves. Now, this will be interesting. If we do have the injury to the official and he is not able to participate still, they will have to change around the roles of the officials and the different responsibilities.
It seems like they've come back out with a full crew. So play will continue. Motion now to the top of your screen. This time they'll give the ball on the same play but a different running back.
Yeah, running the ball into the boundary, getting some good blocks on the outside, just needing to stay on it, and that's what's hard. You've got two teams that have been coached up incredibly well, lots of speed, and we've got our official in front of us. I think he's just taking a couple seconds for a breather.
And he's chatting away to sideline staff here on the academy sideline, so he seems okay. He's just seems to have hurt his right hand. That was Volanino. Here's Fenton going deep again. And that's again defended ever so well, and it's that man, Rodrigo Ocampo, just had the better of Sebastian Harris down that sideline. They've not been able to complete those, have they?
They haven't, and there seemed to be a little bit of a miscommunication in the pocket. You'll see here where between Sam, and they tried to fake the play action, but then the running back wasn't in a great spot. You know, it's not about these deep passes, right? Don't be afraid to just get a quick pitch in there, a quick 7 yards, intermediate, anything like that. Completions.
Third down with Elvina in motion. This time it's Volantino again. And Volanino will get the first down.
Good, and that was nice by Volanino, especially, I mean, beautiful space, and then being able to just kind of drop his shoulder into that defender and let him know that he's about it.
And that's what you were saying, Phoebe, isn't it? They don't have to keep going deep. They can move these sticks. There's still 8 minutes on the clock.
If you're running something and they're not able to stop it and you're successful with it, do it again. Who cares?
Brewer cutting back inside, and that's a beautiful defensive play that time from the IMG defender, Rodrigo Fernando Garza. No gain.
This D-line are very well disciplined, and they have a really great ability to be able to stay nice and square and hold their gaps.
So Brewer with nothing going on first down, still in the backfield. 5-man defensive line, play action this time. Fenton over the middle to Clark, ripped out of his hand. He had it for a second, it was slightly behind him. And it's another great defensive play, this time by Bo Green.
Yeah, so this is where it's unnecessary. They don't need to be involved. I mean, but that's the exact play you're looking for, right? Just that completion to Clark there. I think it was a 10-yard play, 10-yard dig. That's perfect. He had the angle. Now it's just working on those strong hands.
So the Temple tight end couldn't bring that one in, brings up a 3rd and 10. Fenton looking to that single side over the top, and again Rodrigo Ocampo, the man on the spot to make the play. They've just had no opportunity to get over the top against that defender.
No, not at all. And this IMG defense are all over it. They're knowing what NFL Academy offense want to do here. They're loving to go for that deep ball, playing that cover 3, showing some quarters at time. I mean, hey, but we're 4-down territory, right? 4th quarter, you got to go for it.
7:15 left in the 4th, 2 scores down. Here goes Fenton, 4th and 10. Good pocket over the middle, too high. Trying to get the ball to Sebastian Harris, but it floated on him, and IMG will take over on downs.
Looks like a little bit of frustration here from our academy coaches. I think that there's a bit of miscommunication and some incorrect routes were run on this occasion, just making it very frustrating. You know, I think it'll be so important for this offense to be able to go back and really reevaluate, self-scout, and see where it is that they need to work on.
So another quarterback in for IMG, bringing in their backups now. This time it's 22 with the quick pitch. What a great defensive play that was. Straight in there, Vinnie Maxfield with the tackle for a loss.
Saying his name a couple times today. That was great. The clamp on that, pulling the offensive player's legs in. I mean, awesome to see.
Eli Hamrick is the new quarterback for IMG. And they're giving Jimmy Athens a chance to play a bit of running back in the backfield as well. So rotating players in are this IMG squad. They'll give it to Athens, left-hand side, and that's another great defensive play from the NFL Academy.
Love to see it, love to see it. And you know what? They're actually, one of the things that's great with the Academy is that they, I don't know if you remember Richie Gray. We've seen him at our coaching conventions and association with us, and they use all of his GSI equipment, which has played a pivotal role. And as you can see, his 5 fights coming to life right now from this Academy defense.
Yeah, and you can see the fight to pursue there. They got the good angle. 3rd and long. For this IMG team, that was a Barker again on the tackle. Orbit motion.
Little screen.
And it'll be set up a screen to Athens with room and speed, cutting back inside. And they have to make a rescuing tackle. Is this IMG offense show that just give them a little bit of room and Athens can really make something happen.
Yeah, I mean, thank goodness for Elijah Jeffrey of Hosu on that one for dragging down the offensive player, but that motion just pulls him out of the picture, brings all the defenders over to one side. The quarterback does a really nice job of looking out there to the right before dumping off that little screen play with only about 2 defenders on that side of the field versus the 4.
Beautiful pass by the backup quarterback, Hamrick. Hamrick with the handoff. Athens again, who's showing some really nice talent at running back. We've seen him play defensive back already today, but
a bit of a slow get up on this one, though. Just he's been a workhorse this whole game. I must say, I'm very glad I wore my winter hat today. It was confusing with my sunglasses, but no, it is quite chilly actually here in the shade.
Glad we got these big headphones on, keeping my ears
Timeout.
warm.
First charge, timeout, IMG.
So IMG want more. 4:38 left in this one. And IMG wanting to give the opportunity for these backup players now to show what they can do.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, what an awesome opportunity for all those players that have flown over from the States. All their families are here. Everyone's out here enjoying being in the UK. You know, a big conversation now we see down in the huddle from Jerome Allen, really trying to G up his players and pull them together. You know, it's 4 minutes 38 left in this game, but what's going to be really key now, and you can kind of hear him in the background saying, keep your heads up, is, hey, finish strong, right? Every play now, there's no giving up. We are going to fight until the end of this, and that's really says so much about the character of a team.
Yeah, well said, Phoebe. They will want to shut this drive down. Will this NFL Academy defense, they've played well, really well in parts. They've put up a score of their own and a score on special teams. The only touchdowns coming from defensive play and special teams play. Hamrick takes a snap, hands this one off again, and that's Fletcher, but he won't get much.
We're going to be saying his name a couple more times, it seems like, for this game. But our number 24, Vinnie Maxfield, really nice job. Again, sits there square, waiting and forces that running back to make a decision where he's able to then tackle him in open field like that with other defenders flying in.
Now, can they get him off the field? 3rd and 6. Or will Hamrick try something here? He's got Fletcher in the backfield. Last time they went to that screen pass on 3rd down, and it was a big conversion. This time they're going to throw another screen. This one's to Fletcher, right-hand side down the sideline, and that will be a 1st down. So they go to the screen again, and it's successful again.
It is, and that's really hard to stop. And, you know, the speed and burst that these athletes have afterwards has been probably one of the most exciting things to watch, but also it is one of the hardest things to stop, because you need speed to match speed, or you need to somehow find a way to be physical with them, perhaps chip them when they're coming out of the backfield just to slow them down. So finding some sort of solution to help yourselves out as a defense, again, knowing what your strengths are and what the other team's strengths are.
Fletcher this time, right-hand side, reversing field, dodging, weaving, doing everything he can to pick up more yards. Impressive running from the touchdown scorer, Demetrius Fletcher.
Yeah, his ability to change direction, and he again has been a workhorse for them, just really trying to find whatever space he can. That O-line continuing to block upfield, but it's nice now to be seeing this NFL Academy defense all getting involved in these tackles. Whereas you look at the first half, and you maybe had 1-2 people to the ball, you're seeing a lot more of those beautiful black and kind of teal hats getting there.
Black and teal, that's the color I was looking for.
Aqua,
Hamrick, shotgun, hands off to Athens this time, right-hand side, finds the edge and then shut down quickly. 29 coming in on the defense, that's Arthur Debochi to bring Athens down.
Yeah, and they're just going to be stretching this defense laterally, and I can imagine we'll be seeing, we're about to hit the 2-minute mode soon, but I'm sure we'll be seeing a shot to the end zone at some point, especially with earning a first down after this if they get it.
3rd and short as the whistles blow. And
this is the 2-minute warning at 2 minutes exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Referee. James Ford Bannister. 2 minutes to go. IMG driving and wanting more. And the Academy defense doing all they can to stop them. We thought it would be, we didn't know, did we, coming in, whether it was going to be close, whether it was going to be a blowout. It's been a really entertaining and competitive game.
It has been, and both sides have had some incredible plays. especially NFL Academy defense and special teams. They should definitely be proud of themselves. The way they've been able to hold these the IMG Academy, stopping them from converting on 3rd down. Those are massive goals.
Athens with the run up the middle. It's going to be close. We're going to wait for the signal. They're going to give it. So it's another first down to IMG as they get pulled out of the pile. Still a lot of intensity going on at that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of frustration happening here. People are heated.
So the IMG drive that's been a controlled drive. It's been a drive to win the game, hasn't it, Phoebe? It's been really controlled. Nice play on 3rd down with those screen passes, and they've retained the ball as they do here. And they hand it off to Athens up the middle. Another quarterback in now for IMG. That's Emilio Bardon, who we haven't seen yet, in at quarterback. So 4 different quarterbacks coming in this Q4.
It's very impressive, very impressive. If you look at it, Sam has really been QB1 and hasn't come out at all. Granted, there's still an opportunity. We've seen it time and time again, right? Taking advantage of the clock. There's always an opportunity to get out there and score, but I guess at some point, is there the thought process from the coaches, getting everybody an opportunity on the field? Is that even a consideration, or you think, no, this is a competitive program, we're going to make sure that we stop as many?
Athens again hiding behind that big offensive line, but it's Proctor that tracks him down from his defensive end position.
We have an injury on the field here, looking like he's wreathing in pain right now. Aman Safa Boyke, and I do hope I'm saying his name correctly on that one.
Yeah, he's had a touchdown already. He is back on his feet now. He's still clutching himself, though. Definitely something went on there. He's going to tough it out.
I think sometimes it's more shock than anything. And if you don't come from necessarily a sporting background and you feel something, you think it feels like the end of the world.
Clock ticks away, under 10 seconds now. And IMG looked to get in the end zone in the dying seconds of this play. That was Joey Conflitti, who ran right. But the NFL Academy will be pleased that they didn't give up the touchdown on the run. Now there is a flag down. Now whether referees will just let the play naturally come to an end, they're asking the Academy whether they want to decline
offense
it.
number 13. That penalty is declined. That is the end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, that was a touchdown-saving tackle there by Maxfield. I mean, my goodness, did he step up. I felt like the first half we really chatted a lot about Arthur and the impact he had for the defense. This second half, Maxfield has done a brilliant job of just getting around the ball and tackling people.
So we come to the end of this one here. It's been exciting. It's had all sorts of action. It's had all sorts of great people down here as well, watching these young men really ball out. The final score here, IMG Academy 26, NFL Academy 14. And we're going to throw down to John for some post-game analysis and comment. Over to you, John.
Thank you very much, Carl. Great game. Not working out how the NFL Academy would have wanted in that second half. Just the one score for IMG, but still a fantastic game, and we've really enjoyed bringing it to you. A few questions, well, a couple of questions that I've been sent during that game by people watching all around the world, mainly from the United States. We had Ryan in Tampa who sent a message through and was saying how much he was enjoying being able to get up early in the morning and watch these young prospects playing such competitive games. So hi to Ryan. Also, Cindy sent a message asking how warm it is here in the UK. So I feel like I should address that. It's 15 degrees Celsius, which I think translates to 59 degrees Fahrenheit. So just to let you know, if you're in the sun, it's kind of warm. If you're not, where the commentary booth is, it's very, very cold. Hence my very retro Jacksonville Jaguars jacket I've got on here. But an exciting game, and I mean, we've seen some really good football played there. I know Carl and Phoebe were talking about their favourite players, and certainly some great work from the corners for both sides, I thought, in that second half there. But let's take a look at the highlights. I think we've got highlights of the second half there. They're going to come along in just a second here. We can just see the teams. I mean, there's a lot of flags, as we mentioned during the commentary there, and actually I chatted to Phoebe about that at half-time. A lot of flags, and discipline is something that, in the NFL, and players who make it to the NFL, they have a lot of respect. They have respect for each other, they have respect for all the officials, and that is something that I guess you learn. If you're 16 to 19, as these NFL Academy students are, tempers are going to get a little bit tested, aren't they? And we saw a few moments there in that game, but it's good to know that everyone is having a nice, having a sort of chat with each other, and we're getting team photos here in the background as IMG pose in front of the rugby goalposts here, which obviously doubling up as our NFL goalposts here today. And we can see the head coach in shot, Tony Allen there, as the NFL Academy here. I mean, during that game, I was standing next to the NFL Academy coaches, and they were very passionate, and they were a little bit frustrated with some of those errors that the players made there. But you're not going to learn if you don't make errors along the way. So I'm sure there'll be a positive bit of feedback there. And it's great for the IMG guys, of course, to come over. And I said earlier, we've got so many families here. I've just been chatting with some of the families sat in the stands here, and they've made it a real occasion. They've come over, and a couple of them were telling me they were in London yesterday and just having a fantastic time, seeing all the sights. But how amazing must that be to go and watch your son playing a game across the Atlantic against the NFL Academy? So as much as we celebrate here the NFL Academy and the opportunities that these players are getting, certainly for IMG, coming across the pond and enjoying a really competitive game of football, that's what it's all about, really. I'm sure when you start out, this is what you dream of, and obviously your main dream is to make the NFL, but this is a huge landmark along the way. I've also got to shout out the amazing facilities here. A lot of the groundsmen have been out during the breaks there when there's timeouts and in between the quarters, and they've been making sure that this field is absolutely immaculate here. And I know that a lot of the teams and a lot of the players and their families are very, very impressed with what we've put on here, and the NFL Academy have certainly put on an amazing show for our visitors from the States. And it's nice to get a memento. Nice to see they're getting their photos. I'm sure there'll be a few Instagram stories as well. So we're going to go to highlights in just a second. We're just compiling those for you, and I have to say there's been quite this is quite random, but for some reason there's a lot of dogs here. I don't know whether the NFL Academy students' parents have brought dogs. I doubt dogs have flown from the US. But if you're a dog person, maybe that's another reason to come and watch the NFL Academy next time they play. Who knows? But it's yeah, as I say, it's been fantastic, and it's nice to see everyone sticking around and watching American parents who have come over here and they're chatting with people from the NFL Academy's families, and it's a real bonding occasion, and I think that's really special because. Obviously these students who go to the NFL Academy, they go off and it's just moved to Loughborough now, this new term. And, they won't see their kids for quite a while. It's like a sort of, university, they go away, you don't see them play. So it's nice that they get to come down here, and meet people who have grown up in a completely different kind of sporting environment. Their kids have probably known football since they were born. Whereas here in the UK, as we heard earlier from Christian, it's one of those things where a lot of these athletes have come from other disciplines. So we've got a lot of athletics students, we've got a lot of former rugby players like himself, so it's just really nice, and it's been an exceptional day here. And if you want to know more about the NFL Academy, I would urge you, 16 to 19 year olds, this obviously this term has just started for this year, the 2022-2023, but if you're interested for next year, go and find out more information. Follow NFL Academy on all of the social media channels. You can watch all the highlights from this broadcast as well. I know they're going to get some interviews with the players, which you'll be able to watch on the social channels as well. And take a look at the website, really good FAQ. It'll tell you all you need to know about the NFL Academy. A great day here. Unfortunately, the NFL Academy coming up short. IMG 26, NFL Academy 14. Thank you very much for watching, and these are the highlights.
Go!